Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-813-8757. That's 800-813-8757. What do you have to lose? Call 800-813-8757. Again, 800-813-8757.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears radio show, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. I am here today to make the statement that just because we're in a bear market does not mean that you have to be losing money. Just like Michael Burry and Warren Buffett, bear markets should be where real generational wealth is created, but most will follow the same broken strategy that lost them in the last bear market. We are inviting you to come to an intensive 3-day trading and investing class where we will show you the trading and investing strategies of the market wizards. This class is typically $299, but right now, for 66% off, you can join us in this class. Just call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337 and tell the operator you want the $99 3-day class, or text $99 to 25029. That's $99 to 25029.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation.
In August 2020, after the death of George Floyd, Bridget Floyd and other family members established the George Floyd Memorial Foundation in support of the Black community.
It's going to take more than just us as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to make a change.
Fight for racial justice for the Black community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in control room, and Ralph from Harmon Solar is joining us, too. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. All right, it's Friday. You've made it. It feels like it's been a longer week than normal, but here we are getting ready to get into the divisional playoffs. We're going to do our Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em picks a little bit later on in the program. And we have many things to talk about before we start to get, waist deep in NFL stuff. First off, I don't know. Have we seen Ralph since the Seahawks lost? I don't know if we've seen him since the Seahawks lost. But you're aware the Seahawks lost. They're not in the playoffs anymore, right? You know that.
No, I wasn't aware of that.
I just wanted to make sure you knew the Seahawks lost because, indeed, the Seahawks did lose. Do you have any comments on the fact that the Seahawks lost? If you don't know the score, I have it for you. 41-23 to your division opponents, the San Francisco 49ers.
I turned it off at halftime and we won. So I don't know what you're talking about.
That is a good way to do things as a functioning alcoholic. I think right there, that is a good way of looking at it. But hey, your team got farther than any of our teams, so congratulations on an almost season. So,
for all you haters, suck it. Thank you.
I don't think we hate the Seahawks as much as we just pity. So I don't know what you have for pitiers. Mr. Pringles right away saying to Ralph, Lakers suck. You are correct. 888-368-1580. Before we get into all this other stuff, we got Many things to talk about. Tomorrow, everybody should know this. Tomorrow is use your damn gift card day. It's an actual day.
Oh, really?
And yes, or it's just the day you walk into Outback Steakhouse and go, wow, there's a lot of people in here, because you got to use them gift cards.
I never get an Outback Steakhouse gift cards. I always get like Chick-fil-A, Subway,
Starbucks.
My mother-in-law gave me Cabela's, so she's on the cool list. But yeah,
it's pretty good.
Mhm.
Cabela's. Yeah. Anyway, so the holiday has been around for a few years. It basically just to remind you, use the gift cards you got over the holidays. Don't accidentally throw them away or just forget they exist, because, then there's no gift, right? You got to try to use those things. And if you can't use it, hand it to somebody else. According to creditcards.com, there is $21 billion worth of gift cards that go unspent this year.
Wow.
47% of us say we have at least one unused gift card laying around, voucher, store credit. In fact, the average person's sitting on about $175 worth of stuff. So I'm just saying, it reminded me when I heard this that I had an Amazon gift card. It was like a hundy, right? And I was like, I got to all right, put that into the system before I forget about it. And so it's helpful. So if you have unused gift cards, use the damn things or give it to somebody else who can use it.
Absolutely.
Like, some places I ain't going, and I'll be like, hey, how would you like this? So don't let the money go to waste, because that's how the terrorists win.
I thought that was how the Canadians win.
It's how the terrorist Canadians win. Just saying.
Very well.
Oh, by the way, for those of you trying to figure out what you're going to eat while you watch the playoffs and eventually Super Bowl, Taco Bell has introduced a new Ultimate Game Day box. It has a bunch of stuff. Mexican pizza. They're coming back with those crispy chicken wings and a bunch of other things.
I don't know about the chicken wings, but the Mexican pizza. Okay, that's spot on.
You just can't call it a pizza. It's not a pizza.
Well, it's a Mexican pizza.
It's a tostada.
No, it's not really a tostada.
It's a cheesy tostada. They only have 5 ingredients at Taco Bell.
Well, lettuce, tomatoes.
That's so true.
It's
beans,
the same thing, just
mystery meat.
repackaged in different ways. And then, 6 Dorito sauce or sweat or whatever the hell it is. Dust. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just telling you this in case you're thinking, what am I going to do here? I don't want to exert myself. Maybe I just want to have some good snacks and stuff for the Super Bowl. By the way, what do you guys what do you do for the Super Bowl? What are you cooking up? Is it nachos? Is it wings? What do you do?
Now, I saw this recipe last night for smoked queso. I might
smoked cheese.
Yeah, I might have to go in on that. It's got a couple of different cheeses in it. You put it on the smoker. It's on there for about an hour. And you depending on what kind of smoke you introduce it to.
A lot of work for everything.
Oh no, because when you're doing that, you smoke that, and then you put some of your tortilla chips on the smoker as well.
Okay.
You wrap those up with a little garlic and some of that lime salt. You throw that in there, and a little olive oil in there, and then you put that on the grill. Now you see, you're working on all sorts of stuff. Then you can also take some vegetables. You tomatoes.
Why bring that in?
Some peppers, some of that garlic, maybe a head of garlic, some mashed up, chopped up onions. You grill that and you throw that in the old Mix-a-Lot, Sir Mix-a-Lot, and then you got yourself smoked salsa. You see, I think that my Super Bowl day will be a great day.
Can I see? Yeah. I'll do the exact same thing. You know what that's going to sound like?
What?
When I open the jar, big old jar of salsa, just pour that right out.
Smoked though.
Yeah. Well, I could smoke a cigarette and blow into it, I guess.
Yeah, Marlboro smoke is not like hickory smoke.
I don't smoke. I'll have to borrow some from the neighbors.
Or, some of that apple smoke.
I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe I just lived in Tennessee too long, but the thought of smoking every part of your Super Bowl meal sounds great to me.
Yeah.
I've never smoked an apple, but I've smoked through one. Ralph, what are you going to have for...
Damn.
What are you going to have for Super Bowl? What's your go-to snack?
Well, now I'm thinking about that apple. We typically will. I'll probably smoke a tri-tip.
See,
and, more smoking.
But we'll have a nacho bar because my wife, being from Mexico, she'll make all the authentic stuff. She'll roast up a real salsa. It'll be really good.
All right. So Keon, I know that you are not smoking anything. I don't think you're grilling anything yet. So what are you going to do, Keon?
He got that entire smoking outfit from the.
I guarantee you, it's never been taken out of the box yet.
Well, of course, I'm moving to a place where I can actually grill things, so that's nice.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to be able to do something. I don't know what yet because I don't know how to do anything. So I will be seeking the advice of one Randy White
we've got
and
your
you,
back,
Jeffrey, as well. And I'll learn a thing and then try it out.
Well, our advice for all the years of experience is get out of our way. Let me do it. But as far as you learning,
it's my own grill. So I don't want to. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, some pointers to start off with, and then of course, if I screw it up, well, then I've learned something.
Yeah,
here's a pointer: don't burn crap.
That is a good start. Yeah.
My best advice. I'll actually give you my best advice for basic grilling. I always go super low heat. It takes more time, but whatever you're cooking is more tender and juicy. You can dry stuff out if you're going too high in the heat. Don't be impatient. You got to have, like last night, I did a bunch of chicken thighs. My wife, she puts all the stuff on them, and I just go out there and set them on fire. Well, last time I actually did set them literally on fire.
Yeah.
This time the grill's clean, and took some time, but they are perfect. So don't be impatient. That's my best advice.
Ralph, Jeffrey has an amazing magic trick. He takes a bone-in chicken and he turns it into a bowl of cereal.
That's what happened that night. Yeah. That's another piece of advice that you can learn from me is once a year, clean the damn thing. Because we cook steaks and hamburgers and all those drippings just became, rocket fuel. And we could have launched something how hot the heat was from when that grill caught fire. And it'll happen in just a blink of the eye. I was watching it intently, walked inside, came out. My wife thought I was going to burn the house down.
Once a year.
Just once a year at least.
More than once a year.
Well, at least, I said, Ralph. I said at least, which means once a year.
Your house is going up one day.
I'm going to follow Randy's advice and go 2, just to be sure, because
every 2 years,
2 times 1 year, because
if not more,
I'm not trying to lose my
charcoal. Yours is charcoal, so
okay. But I still get the drippings and stuff. About every third or fourth smoke, I'm cleaning the smoker really well.
Different between basic grill and a smoking.
Well, it is, but it's not. It depends on how you're because you like your meat rare. That means it's really, really juicy, and you're a lot of those drippings. You know what you can do, Jeffco? I don't know if you thought of this. Maybe you have. And stop me if I'm giving you old news here. Get some of those aluminum pans and put them down underneath the grill and catch some of those drippings.
Can I be honest with you? I kind of enjoy it once a year when the thing catches fire.
Okay. All right. It's sort of like a cleansing fire, isn't it?
The year before when it happened, I was able to put the fire out and I saved the chicken. It was actually cool. I think chicken has a lot of drippings. And so what happens is when stuff down there starts on fire, it's more fuel to the fire. And that time I was the hero. There's very little singeing going on. This time, no, you'd carbon date what was in there.
All I'm going to say is who among us has not done the very same thing at least once? I know I've done it a couple of times. Yeah. At least once.
Anyway, so what do you think the most popular Super Bowl party food in America is?
Wings.
Yes, and you're going to be wrong.
I think it's wings.
Wrong.
Chips.
Wrong.
Pizza.
Wrong.
Okay.
You will not believe it. Meatballs.
I could see that.
Wow.
Really? No, you can't see it. Nobody can see it.
I could see that.
I'm not seeing it right now. What barbarians?
I could see that.
Whoa. Let's not call them barbarians.
You go to the Costco.
Meatballs are fantastic. But as a Super Bowl food, the most popular Super Bowl food,
I like meatballs.
All right, this came from a company called Bid on Equipment. They did this giant poll of tons and tons of people. It wasn't a small thing.
Okay.
And somebody looked at the Google data, compiled a list, most popular grilled for Super Bowl parties, and from this, meatballs. The rest of the top 10: guacamole, chip salsa, tater tots, chili buffalo wings, hummus, nachos, pigs in a blanket, spinach artichoke dip.
Was this survey done in Italy?
I don't know. That's kind of weird. It says United States. Pizza didn't even make the cut of this thing. Maybe because a lot of people. munch on finger food and snacks. Listen, I don't remember ever eating pizza at a Super Bowl party. You go through, you get all the little finger foods and stuff, and that's where the meatballs come in. Somebody throws it out there on a thing with the toothpick in them, or meatball subs. I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose.
Or you just you get some of those paper plates and one of them crock pot things and a big spoon. You just let them spoon it up.
All I know is that my brother worked at a chicken restaurant. I worked at a pizza restaurant once upon a time, and Super Bowl Sunday, you're slammed. Can't. I mean, you can never catch up to all the orders that are coming in. Yeah. I'm a little surprised. Surprised.
Catch up the orders. You just make a bunch of crap, and everybody just sort of picks at it. That's it. That's your Super Bowl right there. 74% of people say they make their own food for the game rather than ordering out for it.
Well, that's what I'm doing this year. I'm compiling. I'm compiling recipes now. I might go on and do this Mexican pulled pork that I saw last night.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. So this year I have some things going on, but next year I'm planning on having a Super Bowl party. Not for the super fans of the Fourth Dimension, just for us people. If you want to come and you're still working here, then you should.
Oh, damn.
Was that? Well, I just
got to throw that disclaimer in there.
You got to be careful. You don't want an ex-employee showing up. You said I could come. Mm-hmm. No. Stay right there, though. I'm calling the police. It's
Talking about awkward.
Anyway, so I'm looking to have a party next year. This year, everybody, you're kind of on your own. Sounds like you all figured it out anyway, so I'm not worried about it. 888-368-1580. Cabana says, at the end of yesterday's show, you talked about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Did we? Oh, and he played Wilt Chamberlain, but that was like the day before. You must be listening to the
podcast.
No, it wasn't Wilt. It was Bill Walton. Thank you. There you go. That's funny. You can figure out who I'm talking about in the world of basketball just simply by
guessing the basketball player in NBA history who has definitely hit
smoked
the blunt
more
than
anybody else. Yeah.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just saying, it's kind of cool. You can figure that out. Anyway, so Cabana says he was at Westworld when he was in Scottsdale, saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, asked him for an autograph. He was in a cowboy outfit with a 10-gallon hat. He's 7 feet tall, and he says, "No, I want to be incognito."
7 foot tall cowboy.
So he says he was an asshat, Cabana, but he gave you probably a great story right there saying, "I don't want anybody to notice me." I mean, come on. That is, I would rather have that story than an autograph.
Wow.
Slave Dave says, easy, cheap, mini meatballs and cocktail weenies. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Heavy Metal Maniac says, hey, Matt Ashiba was in town last night. I hope he gets control of this team sooner than later, as you can make some moves. Right this ship. Nice to see the Suns had a good game last night. Hope they can keep it up. Yeah, how about that? Mikal Bridges with his 28 points, but the game changer and crowd pleaser was with the fact that Cam Johnson got himself back out there on the court. So, yeah, it was nice to see the new owner court side as long as everything goes through. DeAndre Ayton had his 24 points and 14 rebounds, and it's just nice to see them, win a game. Ralph, you know how that feels.
They actually won a game?
Yeah, I know. It's just very rare, like with the Lakers lately.
Bet.
What was the bet?
Me and Keon.
Oh, yeah. You guys had a bet?
We had a bet when Ralph was on, and it was just me and him that the Suns would lose
4 in a row.
4 in a row, basically. Yeah.
So I owe you a Barro's pizza.
There it is.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
So it's if you people don't know this or not, then here's what you need to hear. Yeah, Ralph and I have a bet. I say the Lakers will not win more than 6 games in a row, or they just won't win 6 games in a row. Was it 6 was the thing, or
6
more
in a
than
row.
6? It was 6 in a row.
6, yeah.
So far, so good. So
Got
I think
close.
it's cute. You tried to make a similar bet and couldn't even get it done with 4.
Time's running out.
And it wasn't at any point in the season. It was this particular stretch of games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burning hell, Lakers. Heavy Metal Maniac says, all right, gentlemen, having my surgery on Monday, so I probably won't be listening because, that's what I'm having my surgery there, but I'll report it as soon as I can to let you know how everything went. Thank you for your kindness and your support. Well, except for Ralph. Just kidding. I like Ralph a lot. He's a cool guy. Go Cowboys. And that's the only time I'm going to read Go Cowboys for you, Heavy Metal Maniacs.
There you go, right, man. There you go.
There you go. Good luck, buddy. Swazman says, hey, Jeffrey, remember your former employee, Filthy Phil, the fill-in? Would he be invited? No. That mofo show up in a Speedo. Yeah, ain't no way. I got nothing against that kid, but nope. Beer Nut says, for Super Bowl, try kalbi. Kalbi. He says it's a Korean dish made with short ribs, marinated for 24 hours in soy sauce, brown sugar, onions, garlic, cooked on a charcoal grill. Let me tell you, that's some finger looking good right there.
Yeah, but boy, you got to clean that grill afterwards. Wow. With all that sugar and
once a year.
Oh my God.
No, probably immediately maybe that's your once a year right then after making that.
Man, if I had more time, maybe twice a year. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I already read that. Sorry about that. King Kitten says, hey, just once for the weekend. Suck it, Ralph. All right. I guess he felt like he didn't get that in enough earlier.
Got it in.
Yeah. All right. Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, do you know just stop smoking? Ted Bundy. What?
Do you know who just stopped smoking?
Oh, he didn't have the word who in there.
Ted Bundy.
I don't get the joke. Wasn't he dead a long time ago?
Was he electrocuted?
I don't know.
Probably electric chair.
Poor Wilbur.
Mm-hmm.
Nice attempt, Wilbur. Hamilton Porter says wife's uncle got a smoker for whiskey. That's a game changer. Smoking whiskey.
Yeah, now there's this movement that I've been noticing, and my stepson, we got it for both of them for Christmas. It's this little wooden device that has a chamber that's got a little net, and you put a little bit of wood in there, cherry wood or whatever, and then you set it down, and then you take this device and you put it on top of your whiskey glass, and it smokes the inside of your whiskey glass, and then you lift it off, and then your whiskey has a smoky flavor to it. I'm not into it myself. Just give me the whiskey. Right. I don't need any smokiness or, mixed drinks to go with it or anything. But some people, Jeremiah likes it very much. He does enjoy it.
Well, he was a bullfrog and a good friend of mine. Here's the thing. So can't whiskey just be whiskey? Can't steak just be steak? Can't a hamburger just be why do we feel like we constantly have to tinker and screw with every little thing? I don't need smoked whiskey. If you make whiskey that has essence of a smoky flavor, don't get cute with it. But why do we got to do things like, just me? I think it's starting to sound like an old man.
I think it's satisfying the pyromaniac in all of us.
I do like setting things on fire.
There you go.
Yeah, I know my grill. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk other things before football. We do have to talk about what happened with ASU last night. We do have to talk about what happened with the Coyotes last night, and there's a couple of other things non-football related we got to talk about before we get to the ginormous dessert that is NFL football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Games in the NBA tonight. San Antonio hosting the LA Clippers. Los Angeles a 7-point road favorite, minus 275. Spurs plus 230. Brooklyn on the road to face Utah. Nets playing without Kevin Durant. The Jazz a 7.5-point home favorite, minus 300. Brooklyn plus 250. The Lakers home to face the Memphis Grizzlies. Los Angeles a 7.5-point home underdog to Memphis, who are number 2 in the West. Grizzlies minus 265. The Lakers plus 225. And Cleveland, an 11-point home favorite against Golden State. Cavaliers minus 550. The Warriors plus 430. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information. Should Viagra really cost $90 per pill? We don't think so. RexMD has FDA-approved generic Viagra medication of that little blue pill starting at just $2. Why pay huge pharmacy prices when you can get the same results for a fraction of the cost? Give your bank account a break. Just fill out a brief survey, and if appropriate, you'll get a starter pack prescription of industry-leading generic Viagra medication. Just call 800-504-3810. We've helped over 100,000 men with their sex lives and with getting prescription medications direct. Your consultation is free, there's no doctor office visits, and your shipping is always free. Get your starter pack now. Call 800-504-3810. That's 800-504-3810. Again, 800-504-3810.
One trip down Scottsdale Road, and it's obvious. Snowbird season is here. You know what else is on Scottsdale Road? The absolute best restaurant to take your out-of-town friends and family to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for great dining without a show? Well, Kasai offers an awesome selection of Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily till 6 p.m. and enjoy the outdoor dining on the heated patio. So whether you're here for the open, the big game, or just the great Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. Take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse for dinnertainment. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com. Or call 480-607-1114.
Remember last year when you wanted to hear that NFL matchup, but you couldn't because you were at your nephew's birthday party and the Fanatic couldn't stream the NFL on their app? Didn't that suck?
Well, those days are over, pal. Now you can listen live to every primetime NFL game on the Fanatic app. Download the app now at the Google Play Store or the App Store, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Okay, so I think in the next hour we'll do our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks. There's only 4 games we need to worry about, so we're not under a whole lot of stress to get it done. But I did want to linger on the Suns winning the game because nobody else did. You know, I just wanted to appreciate the positivity of that moment before we moved on to other things. Before we move on to things, let's get caught up on the text line. So Big George says, so is Ralph a UCLA fan now that they're jack stomping of ASU yesterday? The UCLA bandwagon filling up fast there, buddy.
I can't stand UCLA.
Yeah, he's a USC fan as his proper fandom goes.
Right.
But I wouldn't call it a jack stomping, at least not in the first half. We'll get to that here in a minute. Ken Kenton says, okay, I got it. Instead of Phil, Ralph. And I'm a Lakers fan too. So burn in hell, Lakers, burn in hell, shut the hell up, Ralph. Wow. Yeah, that's how the original song went. It used to be burn in hell, Lakers, shut the hell up, Phil. But, Heavy Metal Maniac, thank you for that. Let's see. Swazman says he probably put the beer can up the chicken's spot back in the Boy Scouts. Who? Well, he's talking about you, Randy, because he thinks you're a grill expert. So he thinks back in the Boy Scouts, you're doing beer can chicken.
I do beer can chicken today, and I have a couple of different devices that I insert in the cavity.
Talk about this
in the cavity. Yeah, you stand the chicken up, man, and then you fix his arm so it looks like he's reclining inside the grill. So when you open it up, it's like this. Sometimes I like to fool Miss Kim and put a little cigarette or a cigar in his mouth. Of course, he doesn't have a mouth. But she opens it up and there's a cigar hanging out. Hello
Classic.
there. Yeah. Sexy. That's what I do.
Last Optimist says, I thought smoky whiskey was just called scotch. No, that's a jet fuel, I think. Boogie says, Wilbur didn't see that Ted Bundy died. Well, he didn't see a lot. Lost Toby said it was a great game. The Suns game, and there's Lost Toby wearing that's an amazing gold. He's got this giant gold chain with the Suns logo. If that's you, I don't know what you look like, Lost Toby. So are you the guy in the front or one of the guys in the back making pointy fingers or something? I don't know what they're doing. So if that's you, Lost Toby, he's got an epic Suns sort of fedora, a giant Valley sweater, and that Suns chain he's wearing is, as the kids say, off the chain. Very nicely done, Toby. All right, so I guess I can't put it off anymore. It's time to continue on. Is there really much we have to say about Keon's Washington Capitals blanking the Arizona Coyotes?
Well, I mean, you kind of expected it. A young Coyotes team. They don't really have a hometown presence. I mean, a 5,000-seat arena. I mean, come on. All the cards are stacked against them. The cool thing about going out and seeing the Capitals come to town, how long is the Great Eight going to be around? That's what I want to know. And he's ending he's ending the back half of his career, the back part of his career. As Aaron Rodgers says, he can see the 19th green from where the 19th tee from where he's at.
You feel like Ovi's going to go forever, man.
Well, I don't think so. I think he has attained a milestone in hockey history that has solidified him.
Tom Brady of hockey.
I mean, as far as hockey goes,
no,
he kind of already is. If you take into account how physical hockey is in a way that it's not for Tom Brady specifically in football. So you know, he's done everything you can do in that sport. I mean, he's scored a bunch of goals. He's going to be up there with Gretzky. You know, he's won a championship. You know,
won an MVP.
I mean, what else is there for him to accomplish at this point? I think we're close to him hanging it up.
Did he score last night?
I didn't see.
I don't know. I was watching the ASU game. So
Keon, who did the Capitals play?
They played the Coyotes.
The Coyotes?
Yes, the Coyotes.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Because I've been schooled on how to pronounce
who's
it
your
properly.
team, Ralph?
The LA Kings.
Uh-huh.
One of the top teams in hockey.
This week. So Lost Toby turns out he says definitely he's the drunk guy in the Oakland shirt. Okay, I thought you were a Suns fan, but all right. Ball of 51 says I love cooking, barbecuing, smoking, just about everything, but I'm just not sure about the beer can chicken thing. What about the paint in the fact that it's aluminum, or as the British say, aluminum?
Well, you don't.
I'm just not a fan of those elements being in my food.
You can buy these devices. You don't have to use a beer can if you don't want to.
You have to go to Castle Mega Store to get these devices.
No, it has nothing to do with it. With
well, the way you were describing what you were doing with that chicken,
the cavity is the rear end of the bird that has been cleaned out. All the junk, the innards, and all that stuff came out the cavity. And you place it down on this. You don't have to put a beer can in, but what you're missing out is if you don't use some beer and some spices, you're missing out on some great flavor. And I've never had a beer can where the paint came off. I mean, I understand your concern, but I've had probably in my life 1,000 beer can chickens, and I've never once had a problem.
You know who started the whole beer and food thing? My people, the Irish. Shepherd's pie. You know what I'm saying? Put a lot of nastiness into a little breaded bowl, add a bunch of Guinness. Oh, yeah, it's tasty. You don't think about what's in there. Just don't think about what's in there. 888-368-1580. Mr. Wilbur says, Ralph, let's set the record straight. Okay. Your Seahawks and your Lakers suck. But I'll tell you this, and I'll tell everybody that your Harman Solar Service team is great. I don't know why anybody would use solar with the way prices are going for electricity. I think he says wouldn't. There it is. Yeah. Why anybody wouldn't use solar with the way prices are going for electricity and the way they're going in the coming years.
I'll send you a royalty check.
I guess Mr. Wilbur is a customer of a Harman Solar right there.
Mr. Wilbur?
That's awesome. So did you use our service department? I'd love to hear about it.
No, you just did. He says, I'll tell you this. Your team is great. I mean, I don't know.
Mr. Wilbur going with the sun power.
That's awesome. I now love Mr. Wilbur.
Mr. Wilbur at least doesn't have to squint. So when the sun is shining. Anyway, Big George says, not really breaking news since it's soccer. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there and not reading the rest of the text. Moving on. I'm not even kidding. He had like about this much text sitting there. And it's just never going to get read by me. Pinocchio says, hey, Ralph, Kings suck. Go Bruins, he
Kings
says.
Suck. How are you going to say that?
You see that commercial of what's left of Wayne Gretzky? And it's some kids like challenging him to something, and then all of a sudden they're driving Zambonis. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, it's sad. It is.
What's left of?
I don't think Wayne Gretzky
Watch
looks
the
all that
commercial,
bad.
and you'll see what I'm talking about.
I've got to see that.
There's been a facelift in there somewhere. You can tell.
Uh-huh.
You know, a little
Well,
bit
it's
of that.
still his face. It's
No,
still
kinda.
him.
Look who's back. Bob Schwersky. Hey, happy to Friday there, fellas. I've been on assignment for the past 3 months. Did I miss anything besides your smooth sounds? I see the Packers missed the playoffs. Oh, that's a pity. No. Well, I'm sure you know that the Bears have the number 1 pick, and my Colts would love to trade up and get that away from you. You have enough picks on, and you can have more of ours if you like. You guys are in a serious rebuild. I do believe the Bears are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the years ahead, unless they blow it. Unless they blow it. With that many picks, it's hard to imagine you can blow it. But Bears doing Bears things. Do they have a new GM or somebody new since the Trubisky thing?
Yeah, it's Ryan Poles is the new GM.
Yeah, he's pretty good, right?
So far, yeah, he's made some good moves so far.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so nothing but blue skies ahead for you, Bob Schwersky.
He's the one that got them all of those picks. By
true.
moving on from Khalil Mack. So
yeah, moving and shaking right there. And you got Justin Fields. I think he's a good kid coming in the future there. So welcome back, Bob Schwersky. Hamilton Porter says, rumor is C.J. Stroud wants to be a Colt since he can never find his way to Indianapolis.
That's very mean. It's very mean because the Big Ten championship game is
yeah.
He's not.
Is that should I be offended?
No,
or is that just about him?
That's more of a shot against CJ.
All right, I just want to make sure because I have an ability to unload on people sometimes, and I just want to take a beat
just to make sure that it's a justified shot. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we got to talk about it. UCLA did beat ASU last night. Everybody knows that. The ASU was leading at the half, so if they had just stopped there. Oh, what a great night it was. ASU was doing fine. Everything was good. I'm going to guess that turnovers were the biggest issue with this game. ASU had 18 turnovers to UCLA's 13. Outside of that, UCLA led in every category. I think what you saw last night is, ASU put forth a good effort, but then UCLA goes, oh, that's right, we're UCLA. And then that was the end of that in the second half. Is that pretty well the best analysis of what happened last night?
Yeah, that and the UCLA defense is incredibly tough, and
thus the turnovers.
Yeah, they lean on you for a full game. A lot of teams break under the pressure, and that's what happened. That's what happened to ASU. They just weren't able to get back into a rhythm in the second half, and UCLA will absolutely wear you down. And the thing I was afraid of for ASU happened, which is they're a jump shooting team. They started off hot, got colder in the second half, and once they fell behind, there isn't a consistent way for them to get back into games like that, especially against a defense like this one. So you give UCLA their credit.
I'm not going to ask Ralph.
Why?
Well, you'll see why. I'm not going to ask Ralph, but do you consider what happened to ASU last night a jack stomping or is it a respectable loss? No moral victories, but was it at least respectable?
Yeah, it was a respectable loss. You're playing the number 5 team in the nation, and like a jack stomping, that's like a 20-point game. Come on, I mean,
yeah.
You end up losing by 12. Against a team that was expected to win. No, you didn't get jack stomped.
All right, that's why I didn't want to ask Ralph, because Ralph would just be like, "Yeah, you got jack stomped."
I gave ASU respect last week.
Yeah, last week.
Ask him.
How so?
Ralph was saying that they're incredibly underrated. That they deserve to be in the top 25, which, for Ralph to come out and say that, absolutely huge.
Now, after this
unprompted,
loss,
by the way,
maybe they don't deserve to be in the top 25 at this time.
I disagree.
No, I think they still do.
That's the top. That's the number 5 team. You're
Will
not
they
even.
find
You're not
themselves in the top 25 on Monday.
No, they're not going to. But it's not like after this they don't deserve it. I mean, they don't deserve it any more or less than what they did coming into this game. They would have definitely earned it had they won the game. But yeah, obviously you lose, you're probably not going to get in. But you're 15-4 in a Pac-12 that has a few teams that will be in the tournament. They're going to have opportunities.
Hamilton Porter says, that wasn't a shot at the Colts. That was a straight shot at the Ohio State. And he also says, hey, respect. ASU was up 5 at halftime. So that's respectable.
See, I think ASU hung in this game until the very late part of the fourth quarter. I mean, I was watching the highlights, and the guys on the talking heads on the TV kept saying how UCLA ran away from them. That's not the case at all. When you look at this game, it took them all the way to deep in the second half. I said fourth quarter, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Deep in the second half to establish any sort of a lead at all. ASU was in control of this game. ASU could end up getting ranked. They play USC tomorrow night. They play Washington on Thursday, and they play Washington State on Saturday. They sweep these three games. I think it's possible.
USC, what are they ranked right now?
They're unranked.
Oh. Who has a better record right now, ASU or USC?
ASU.
It's funny how Ralph is so quiet right now when I'm asking these questions, and that's his team. Just figured he'd have the answers.
Unfortunately, if you want to talk about being jack stomped, that's what happened to USC going up against Arizona, but that happens to a lot of people going up against Arizona.
Yeah. And we've got another game against Arizona on the calendar here before this is done. We've got another game against Arizona. We've got another game against UCLA. So it's possible we win both of those games.
Mm-hmm.
They hung tough against Arizona the first time. So, look, you got these conference games. Try to beat a team twice that's an actual quality team. Upsets happen. And if they can pull one of those off, it'll do really well for their tournament chances.
I want us to do more than hang tough, all right? So I ain't saying fire Bobby Hurley just yet. But I might be singing along with Big George if this keeps going. Nah, not really. Hey, it's Bobby effing Hurley. What am I saying?
Yeah, I mean, he's done a great job this year. I think he deserves credit. If you were criticizing him last year, then you should be just as vocal in support of him this year.
We have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about stuff happening at Michigan. Jim Harbaugh is not just him, and he's in trouble, and the system is in trouble, and now they've had to fire a guy who's in trouble for something really kind of creepy. And it starts to make you wonder about the entire, culture at Michigan. We'll talk about that more when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Homeowners age 62 and older, now it's time to act. This is Rob Canyon, retirement mortgage specialist and host of the Retire Right with Reverse Rob show on 1510 KFNN. Yes, listing prices are down, but home values still remain at very high levels. Don't wait to learn more about the new and improved home equity conversion mortgage. This is a safe and proven coordinated strategy in retirement, which will improve your monthly cash flow, lower your tax liabilities, and make your retirement portfolio last longer. Call me today, Reverse Rob, at 602-REVERSE, or on the web at www.reverserob.com.
My king, you're up early.
Awake, Merlin. I've had a dream that needs interpretation.
Sorry, he turned into an owl and flew the coop 4 days ago.
Good sorcerers, seers, and mystics are hard to come by anymore. And given the inevitable uncertainties of life, insuring against calamity is always the smarter play. From benefits and workers' comp to home, business, and group health insurance, Cole Hayes Insurance will secure your future. For a free quote, visit mycommercialinsurance.com.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
This is Brian Musburger. Don't miss Pro Football Blitz, Saturday afternoons, right here on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Gary Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Mr. Wilbur says beer can chicken with seasoning called butt rub. It's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
This has made it a lot. Always turns out great. It's always the hit of the party.
Oh, and it's so damn moist and it flavorful. Oh, my God.
I've triggered George, by the way.
Have you, Jeffrey, you've never had the beer can chicken?
I might have. I don't remember. I don't know.
Ralph, you ever had the beer can chicken?
I've never had it.
All right, Keon, you've had to have had the beer can chicken.
I can honestly say I haven't, actually.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's it. I'm fixing beer can chicken for you guys.
All right, I'm not going to stop you.
I'm going to bring beer can chicken in for all you three right here.
All right.
Okay, your life is going to change.
I'm ready.
Change my life. I don't even care. Let's let me know when that happens. So let's talk about Michigan. Michigan, where Jim Jerkface Harbaugh is. And, Ralph trying to talk me into wanting him on the Colts. Well, now it's not going to happen because he's decided to stay put at the NCAA school of Michigan. And now, there was an issue, more of that COVID era recruiting violation stuff, other kinds of violations with recruiting. And it seems like minor stuff. If you go and read all the stuff, to be honest, sounds minor. Well, of course, the NCAA is like, well, okay, we're going to let you off the hook on a lot of stuff because you've already self-corrected. You've already self-punished. You've already done these things. Okay. Except for one thing. NCAA is saying Jim Harbaugh lied. And Jim Harbaugh's like, well, I didn't lie. And so they're at an impasse where he's like, I refuse to admit I was lying. And the lying part, that's where everything is just sort of gotten stuck. And now, this could be a fight. This could be a problem. Now, of course, this whole process takes like a year, which means he gets to coach this year. So if he pushes his luck and things go bad, and then he could be like, well, I guess I'm going to go to the NFL. See you in 2024 NFL. So help us wrap our heads around this, Keon. What was he lying about? Was it about he was saying, I didn't know about the recruiting violations. And they said, well, no, here we can show you were aware of it. Is that what it was?
Yeah. I mean, it's basically about how complicit was he in this? Was this just members of his staff and he didn't know, which I never believe when it comes to college coaches. I mean, these guys want to control everything. There's no head coach of a college football program, as much as those guys get paid, as much power as they wield within a program, that they don't know when violations are happening. That's why I never bought it when Herm said he didn't know things. I just don't buy it, So he's running with that excuse. And if the NCAA doesn't have the evidence to prove, sort of what did you know and when did you know it, Mr. President, that kind of deal, then yeah, he will be able to kind of get off scot-free to a degree, because he's going to be able to say, look, if you don't have the evidence to prove that I knew anything, then you can't really hit me with any particular violations. Now, they might give you with, lack of institutional control, that sort of thing, but those penalties are not as harsh as the actual, we caught you with your hand in the cookie jar. You knew that you were inviting recruits onto campus when, we had a dead period during COVID. You knew that X player was getting financial benefits when they should not have been getting those benefits. If they can prove that, if they've got text messages, emails, whatever, well, then he's screwed.
So the report says that, he's like, yeah, we had some minor violations. He says, but I when you guys were investigating, I told you the truth. He said he didn't recall the events when they first asked him, but he insists, I never deliberately lied. So do you believe Jim Harbaugh, Keon?
No, not at all. And yeah, when you commit an NCAA violation, if you find that a member of your staff committed that violation, then if you report it as soon as possible, then there's a process to handle that and the heat doesn't end up on you. But for them, they asked him, he was asked, and he said he didn't remember. And I'm sorry, I just don't believe that
I don't recall the arms going to the Congress. Hamilton Porter, he's now hitting the Clinton button. He's like, you guys realize you're talking about if a guy bottle recruit a cheeseburger or not, right? Well, that's not the point. It's not about the content. It's about the lie. It's not about what was being lied about. It was the lie. And Jim Harbaugh, the NCAA is saying, dude, you're completely lying. Harbaugh is saying, I'm not lying. I'm not going to admit the lying. I didn't lie. So it's just a matter now of, who do you believe? I say it could go either way. I'm not as confident as Keon. Listen, you say, well, lack of institutional control. Well, that doesn't make you a liar.
No, and that's the reason why that's a separate thing. I'm saying if they can prove that he's lying, that they're going to go beyond that. But the lack of institutional control is like the least that they could get him with if they can't prove anything. But I do think, look, the cheeseburger thing, I don't care that it was just a cheeseburger. Everybody has made those mistakes. Everybody has bought, a player something that they shouldn't have. And the moment you realize it, you have a compliance office at your university. Michigan has one. ASU has one. Everybody has one. You've got a compliance office. Go to the compliance office and say, hey, bought a kid a cheeseburger, shouldn't have done that. When you have to now hide it and you're coming out later and saying it, the question the NCAA is obviously going to have is, well, if you were not reporting this, what else are you not reporting? And then they start digging, and who knows what they might find. That is not a place you want to wind up.
Ralph thinks Keon is on a witch hunt.
No, I'm so sick and tired of the NCAA and all their ridiculous rules. I mean, I get what Keon's saying, and I understand that, but that organization has way too much power. And I just wish they would find a way to take it away from them. Telling me I can't buy a recruit a trees. That's just stupid. It's
it is
insane.
And they do have too much power. I don't disagree with you, but all the universities agree to let the NCAA run their compliance. And as long as they all agree to it, follow the damn rules.
I think the NCAA is on a path to where things are going to change. And I think they're going to lose their power because I think people are getting so fed up.
We kept thinking that, but they keep holding it.
It's a little ways off, but I do think we're starting to get to the point where a lot of these schools get together. We're seeing a lot of the power accumulate in the Big Ten and in the SEC. We're close to a super conference, and at that point, you don't need the NCAA for anything.
Exactly.
So Michigan doesn't have the threat, just the threat of Harbaugh, maybe a 6-game suspension and some recruiting restrictions coming at them. They also have a pervy little sumbitch working for him. Well, used to. He got fired. But remember last week, they're like, hey, there's some dude there. He's under investigation for computer crime. And you're like, okay, there's only 2 computer crimes you're going to get at a college. Child porn, or this dude is using the computers to stalk the ladies. And it's looking like this dude was using computers to stalk the ladies. They're being very vague about it. If it were child porn, they'd been like, dudes on the child porn, and then be like, whoa, this guy, they took a little bit, they had to make sure. So I think he's just stalking some ladies because he was actually accessing files and information that were not available to the public. So we're thinking perv, right?
That seems really likely to me, but I don't have any evidence. I just want to point that out. Just say that straight up.
See, when I heard this, maybe I'm naive or something, but when I heard this, I thought this guy was part of the football department and it went along with this NCAA thing. And he was like hacking into like Ohio State University's playbooks or something. I didn't know. So he was.
They're not all available on each other's because the same computers.
No, he was
the university computers.
I used the word hack. He hacked into other college universities.
Nobody that works in football is smart enough to hack.
Well, the bottom line is it didn't even occur to me. Wow. Dude.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
But you mean your private information but nobody else can figure out how to hack into
it's Michigan's computer system, not somebody else's. And so what else is there? Unless you're right, there's another option. He broke in there to change people's grades.
Also not good.
That was something that came to my mind too.
try and keep guys academically eligible because Michigan is a tough school academically.
So if this blows up, does Jim Harbaugh just walk away?
Because he's supposed to know what's going on with his guys, right?
Right. And we're not talking about just anybody on the staff. We're not talking about, some, third assistant trainer. It's his co-offensive coordinator. He's the person you talk to every day.
Yeah.
so here we are with our little cards and like, well, I've got Purview, some college co-eds, and somebody was like, oh, you might have child porn on there. Oh, it might be stealing plays from other colleges. Oh, it might be a changing grade. What if it's all the above?
Well, it would certainly explain why the university was so vague. That is a little bit concerning that they couldn't come out and say exactly what it is that they fired him for.
You're going down Joe Paterno land.
I know one thing. As a person who went to Michigan State, Radio Ron, the owner of the radio station, is enjoying every minute of this.
As he should be.
Hey, let's shift gears here and talk a little NASCAR. So, Randy, I think we all know there's not a lot of sports that regulate what kind of underwear you wear.
Yeah.
In football, it's everything on the outside that matters.
Okay.
But you could have a lacy pink pair of underwear under there, or you could have boxer briefs. You could have whatever you want. But as long as you're on the field, what's under there, they don't care. So, but NASCAR has come out and said, all right, here's another uniform requirement. Drivers must now wear flame resistant underwear.
Well,
I am not making this up. The helmet, skirts, and the socks, they have to be fire resistant too, just like Formula One.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. It's all under the heading of driver safety. And these cars are supposed to be some of the safest cars in the earth. They're supposed to have self-sealing fuel tanks. They've got fire extinguishing systems on board the cars. They are very, very safe cars. But I mean, you're trying to omit the possibility of catastrophic events, right?
Yeah, you don't want your nuts to burn off.
Yeah. So what's the problem? I mean, I know NASCAR, when they race, a lot of times they're racing, especially in the dead of summer, when you're in the South, you're in Talladega, you're in, you're in some of the southern states, Atlanta. And it's very humid.
Yeah.
It's very hot. And these guys are wearing not flame retardant underwear. And now it's going to be really bad for these dudes.
So where do you buy this stuff?
Any racing safety.
I mean,
manufacturer
company called Hot
Simpson.
Junk,
well, no, it's Simpson or some of the racing outlets. They know what they. But Simpson is Bell is famous for it. Same places you would get helmets and all that sort of things.
So I'm getting some bizarre texts from King of Kittens. Maybe you guys can help me understand this. I'll start from the top. My ex-girlfriend always said she knew when I was lying because I've got a lying face. Okay. Next text was, I'm currently enjoying a Big Mac cheeseburger. Okay. And then he says, see, Jeffrey, this is why you piss me off. Underwear. Understand? Capiche? Comprende? Does anybody know what the hell he's talking about?
No.
King of Kittens. Drugs aren't good for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, get out of the cat.
This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Get it? Just.
Did I answer your question about NASCAR regulating the underwear?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you don't want your nuts to burn off. I mean, that right there is easy to figure out for everybody.
I remember watching, there were several NASCAR races I watched in history where the cars burst into flames.
Yeah.
I think it's a wise move. They're going to have to figure out how to keep the drivers cooler. And it's going to add weight to the car. And the racing engineers and crew chiefs don't like weight in the car, which is why a lot of these drivers are very slight. So,
with the exception of, Tony Stewart. Everybody else.
Tony's not a big man. He's rotund, but he's not big.
Okay, fair enough.
Tony's
I didn't realize
Kyler Murray's size.
I didn't realize this was going to be such a
very
thing
tall.
here. But anyways, flame resistant underwear. You can get those at I believe
Simpson Safety Products. Things
I was
like
going to say TJ Maxx probably.
No.
All right, we will take a break because why? It's the end of the hour. Coming up, 2 more hours. When we come back, we will announce the 4 teams moving up the Premier League, and we'll do our Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick 'em Picks. So there.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information. Should Viagra really cost $90 per pill? We don't think so. RexMD has FDA-approved generic Viagra medication of that little blue pill starting at just $2. Why pay huge pharmacy prices when you can get the same results for a fraction of the cost? Give your bank account a break. Just fill out a brief survey, and if appropriate, you'll get a starter pack prescription of industry-leading generic Viagra medication. Just call 800-504-3810. We've helped over 100,000 men with their sex lives and with getting prescription medications direct. Your consultation is free, there's no doctor office visits, and your shipping is always free. Get your starter pack now. Call 800-504-3810. That's 800-504-3810. Again, 800-504-3810.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I know I need money for retirement, but what should I invest in? I also need money for the kids' college fund, and I'm not sure I have enough insurance. How do I balance all of this? I need a stockbroker, a financial planner, and an insurance agent? Ugh.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. Here at Compact, we provide a holistic approach to wealth management with a team of professionals ready to assist you with all of your investment and financial planning needs. We offer our clients a 3-stage process that includes customizing a portfolio to fit your specific investment needs, creating a financial plan designed to help you reach your goals, and estate planning ideas to help ensure that your hard-earned legacy is passed down the way you intended. Call me at 1-800-388-9700 and let's talk about how we can work together to enhance your overall life experience. 1-800-388-9700, 800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. That's right, 4 o'clock. Now, there's nothing special about 4 o'clock, is there? I don't know if I've ever heard of anything special happening at 4 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, everyone's like, woo, it's quitting time. You know?
There's something substantial that happens every day at 4:20.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not sure what that is.
Yeah, we don't partake in that, so it doesn't matter to us. But did anything ever really great happen at 4 o'clock? I mean, I got married at 4:44 p.m. I knew that happened. That was cool. Back in
Well,
the
that's
day.
because 4 is your favorite number.
Yeah, that was it. But as far as that goes, I guess this show might be the only good thing in your life at 4 p.m. And for that, you're welcome. It's the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph is joining us from Harmon Solar, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I've got a very important announcement to make about our fantasy football. Now, I know, Ralph, you've been waiting for that. This is not it. I said I have one. I didn't say I was making one.
Oh, well.
I was still
I'm
just sort of
sorry.
setting
Yeah.
things up, Randy.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
So
all right.
Ralph is waiting
My
for
bad. Yeah.
the list of information so we can cut checks. Now, originally it was going to be
Better
every
than cutting
champion.
the cheese. Yes.
Well, he'll cut the cheese while he cuts the checks. I have
Mm.
no doubt about that.
There is that case, but
every league it has a champion, and that champion was getting $100, and the Premier League is getting $250.
Yep.
And so I got all the names and everything ready. That's what usually we do. But now this season, because of the whole thing with Denny Hamlin, when he crashed his car and then got a heart attack.
Damar Hamlin.
Oh, that was Denny Hamlin.
No, Denny Hamlin's a NASCAR guy. Damar Hamlin was a safety for the Buffalo Bills.
I didn't know that Denny Hamlin had a bad ticker.
No, Denny Hamlin is fine. There's nothing wrong with Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, he's fine now. He's showing up at the Bills facility, hanging out, but he's still not ready.
No, we agree to disagree.
Could you not interrupt me when I'm trying to be brilliant here?
Please continue.
So Ralph is waiting. That we had to championships were split between two people, and one guy gets $50, the other guy gets $50, and we statistically figured out who had won the league for that team. So trying to figure out who moves up to the Premier League. So I still have a couple of people who have not returned the information, but I think I'm going to send Ralph over the information that I have so far, just so people don't have to wait forever. But, so we had to go through all that. Then after we had to determine, okay, who is statistically the winners of those leagues, I had some help from Rosalie Michaels. The next step was figuring out who's moving up to the Premier League. Now, before I tell you who's moving up to the Premier League, okay, I am going to say this. We have come up with a new concept. And
concept.
Yes, brand new concept. And we still don't like the whole 4 in the Premier League, 4 out, and all these other people who won their leagues are just like, well, at least I got some money, I guess. I don't know. This seems kind of like it was going to fall flat. So what we've decided to do is Keon is leaving the Premier League this year, and every year one of us is going to get kicked out of the Premier League, whoever has the worst record, and then Keon comes back, and that's how it'll go forever. That helps free up an extra space in the Premier League for more of the super fans.
So then what you're saying is each year Keon and I will trade off being eliminated from the Premier
likely,
League.
Yeah. So, and then we thought, well, all right, well, what about all the people who won their league but didn't have the statistical, luck to get up to the Premier League? The Champions League. So here's what it's going to be. The Premier League, where we're at, everybody wants to get in there because you're trying to win that golden blender. The Champions League, everybody else who won their league but didn't get in the Premier League, it's the next league is called the Champions League. And then, of course, a couple of people who played it real tough in their contests also get to move up to the Champions, because we have right now 12 leagues, and if 4 are going in, that leaves 8 people going in the Champions League. So we need a couple more people. So I'll grab a couple of really good players from whatever league. And actually, I do have those to announce too, who's going to be moving up. So the Champions League is you get to go and you get to play all the other champions. Holy crap, that's going to be, I think, fun and tough. Yeah,
is that where Keon's playing?
No. Now Keon's just going to go to some regular league.
Yeah, yeah, just chill out. Look, I mean, go, and
should we move him into that league?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I'd be okay with it either way.
League? I mean, we should shame him. Yeah, at the event that you have in August, and then move him into that league.
Consider that, but we only want to try to keep that as 10 people. But I've already decided who those 10 people are going to be. Okay. But I don't know. I'm open to ideas. Maybe that becomes a 12-person league. All right, so that is where we currently stand. And we did announce the winners of all the different leagues. And I'll tell you who they are. Raven Kid. I'm not going to say the league names. Nobody cares what the people in it, right? Raven Kid, Basement Dweller, Surprise, Maniacs, Megatron's Militia, Ziggy, Raider Zay, Fecal Mist, Germs, Dynamite for the Win, First and Goal, and Oaktown Destroyer. Those are the champions from all of our Daily Blender fantasy football leagues. And so now I'm going to announce the 4 that move up. Now, before I do, I want to explain.
You just said now you're going to do it.
Now, that's probably on me. All right, fine. I still think you could have waited a beat, but that's okay. Let me explain how we get to this. It was a lot of damn math, and it was we did points for, points against, all the true coach statistics. That we also looked at, the trail. We also looked at performance in the playoffs as well, because it was tough. It was still tough, but with enough math, we were able to determine who the 4 absolute best teams that won championships were in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. And here we go. Now you can hit the thing, Rand. Surprise from League 3, Ziggy from League 6, First and Goal from League 11, and Oaktown Destroyer from League 12. Those 4 are going up to the Premier League.
I have a question, Randy White, 1580 Fanatic.
All right, yeah.
I heard Oaktown Destroyer's name twice now.
What do you mean twice? I only said it once. I said surprise, Ziggy, First and Goal, Oaktown Destroyer.
But you said in the announcement prior to this, you said Oaktown Destroyer.
I said all their names in the first one because those guys won their leagues. Now I've said who's moved up to the Premier League.
Okay. Boy, you're making this more like brain surgery every second, aren't you?
I'm really not.
Can we just announce the damn names and move on?
I just announced the names of who's moving up to Premier League.
Holy cow.
Which means that Raven Kid, Basement Dweller, Maniacs, Megatron Militia, Raiders A, Fecal Mist, Germs, Dynamite for the win all can go up to the Champions League. We're also going to allow everybody the option of not going up to the Champions League because maybe they're like, yeah, I kind of want to stay where I'm at. Maybe I don't want to fight those guys. Yeah, I just want to stay where I'm at. But here's the other hook. Whoever wins the Champions League automatically, no matter what, gets into the Premier League the next year. I don't care if you are the worst performing champion. That's how you can do it.
And we should probably give more than $100 to Champions League winner.
Well, that is up to the generosity of Harmon Solar. So
yeah, we'll do that.
$101.
We'll give them more, like maybe like 150 or something.
I think you should be very specific. 115. Like, what am I going to do with
$112.89?
Or $115.80. So there you go, everybody. That's how it all turned out. Now, the 2 teams I have slotted to move up to the Champions League with the other champions, White Tank Warriors and Big Stanky. Yeah, because they played really good. They played tough. They played hard. And, and those were the guys where it was really too tough to tell who was going to win that league statistically because the Hamlin thing, But those guys right there, those were the closest. So congratulations to you if you want. And again, maybe not everybody wants to. Hey, look, there's Oaktown Destroyer now. He says, yeah, baby. Congratulations, Oaktown Destroyer. Big George says, who the hell is First and Goal in Surprise? I don't think unknown people should move up Premier League. They should be required minimum interaction with the show in order to be in the Premier League.
Oh, boy.
Bitter much?
Yeah, that's not how it works.
We've got drama on the text line.
And Big George, understand, again, let me remind everybody. Remember when we started this whole thing and it says, all right, and then your team name should be your texter nickname. And nobody did it. Not even you, over the mountains, George, or whatever the hell your team is called. So how do you know these guys don't interact with us? Oaktown Destroyer, he just texted in right there. But some other people I know for a fact, Surprise, I think it's Swave Dave or Swuzman. I can't remember which one it is. So they do interact, George. So, take your indignant thoughts and relax.
And I am totally on board with getting kicked out of the Premier League, provided I'm replaced by people who are doing a really good job at fantasy football. Not interaction level with the show. They did good at fantasy football. They deserve to be in the Premier League.
Yeah, and the whole thing started because there was a risk that the number one player for the entire season was about to find himself out of the Premier League. So from that one thing, many great things have blossomed and grown.
So who got dropped from the Premier League other than Keon?
Let me look here. Ralph. I don't have to bring that back up. I probably should write that down before we get locked out of the league. Huh? Let's see here. Saying bye-bye to the Premier League. I guess you could play some music for that if you want, Randy.
I don't know what I would play.
Sad music.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah,
Marcus Smollers, ID Nacious, Baby Got Dak, going commando. That's who's leaving the league this time. The next time it's going to be 4 super fans plus somebody from the blender. So there you go. I think that's correct. Yeah. And the one thing that drives me crazy is Moist One had a record of 7-7, and he won the damn thing. And in his contest to win the damn thing, Thundar, the Sound Barbarian, also 7-7. It was a weird year for football and fantasy football. That's all I got to say. Last Toby says, I'll take Keon's spot. No, you really won't, because you got to play the fantasy football to do that, and you have to win. Ziggy says, yeah, baby, bring it on. Hey, Ziggy, congratulations. Welcome to Premier League. Quiet Cannon says, I like the idea of those retarded pants. No, Quiet Cannon's fire retardant is what Randy said. He says, I know my boys down there would like a little extra protection too, they'll work on making them cooler. Is that really part of the underwear? Is that what they don't think they make anything cooler down there, do they?
No.
So, yeah, Quiet Cannon, these shorts may not be for you. Curious ASU fan says, King of Kittens. The name itself is disturbing. Anyway, I went to the ASU men's basketball game last night. I really felt that ASU had a strong chance to win. I felt really did ASU win their sloppy play and large number of turnovers in the first half there. I don't understand what he was saying there, but he says, hopefully ASU will clean things up for USC.
Yeah, but part of it, like, you do have to give credit to UCLA. They're one of the best defensive teams in the entire country, and it showed. I mean, it's not just sloppiness. It's like when you run into some of these teams that are coached well on the defensive end, especially in college, they're going to make you look bad. They're going to make you have errors that you don't usually have. You have to play the cleanest possible game against them.
Blissful Hayes, it's fire retardant. It's not retarded underwear. For the last time, people. Pinocchio says, I don't want to drive for Gold Bond. If I got to wear asbestos chonies, you better give me a little something there to. That's actually, I don't think you have to drive for them to get the Gold Bond and just use it. I think you're good to use it. So, Boomer Sooner says, good day, everyone. Great day in the Valley. Well, I thought I'd pick the Niners this weekend. I'd like to see a hometown guy go all the way. Yeah, that's what helps make it easier to kind of root for the 49ers at this point. Not their insufferable douchebaggy fans. It's more about that kid, Brock Purdy from Gilbert. That's a good story right there. He seems like a good kid so far.
Yeah, he does. And I know I watched a lot of his games in college. He's I mean, as straight up as they come, he's just an honest, straightforward person.
Ziggy says, I got a question for you guys if you're going to talk about the NFL there. This question goes out to the Commandos aficionado known as Keon Rose. Do you think the Washington will let Chris Harris walk?
I don't know what they're going to do.
I'll tell you why the Bears need a DB coach with the loss of James Rowe there, and Harris was there the last time. Our D was solid, though. I'd love to see him come back, please, in the building.
I mean, I think that he's going to probably end up staying just because the defense was not the problem with that team. It was all on the offensive side of the ball.
I think what he's trying to tell you is he wants him on.
I understand, but I had not my call there, Bob Schwartz.
Hefty Lefty says, watched a recent YouTube short about Brock Purdy nicknames, and I think the rocket launcher is my favorite so far. Yeah, better than the other one everybody's trying to put out there that we can't say on the air. Brock, Brocket launcher. It's better. I like that better than all the stupid Purdy. Oh, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
he's got a Purdy spiral.
Especially from another broadcaster, because you all ought to know better. If I hear another one of those, I'm just watching this game silently. From now on.
Big George, I don't answer to you, Big George. Sorry, go ahead.
That was it. That was the end of my point.
Big George over here is like, so who are these mysterious people moving up Premier League? I know who Oaktown Destroyer is. He deserves it. How do you know he deserves it? You don't know. The full disclosure is needed with names and home addresses, along with some phone numbers here. Big George, you should know better than that. As a lawyer, I'm not going to disclose anybody's personal information, especially to you.
What advice are we getting from our legal counsel anyway?
Yeah, who needs a 7-foot guy in a suit knocking on the door, scaring the crap out of everybody?
Just wanted to get to know you.
Pickle D says, call him the Red Brocket. Brocket Luncher, I think, is better. But it's a solid effort, though, Pickle D. It's a solid effort. 888-368-1580. My Colts are interviewing everybody. Yeah, Randy, your Cardinals are interviewing everybody, and I still don't know who I should want. Rick D'Amico. Should I want Rick D'Amico?
I'm not familiar with that name. So
sorry, D'Amico Ryans.
D'Amico Ryans. Yeah, you should want D'Amico Ryans.
Sorry.
Yes, you should.
One was Fox 10 anchor. I don't even know if he's still alive. And the other one is D'Amico Ryans.
You should want D'Amico Ryans. Yes.
Is he the best I'm not Sean Payton option that I've got? Really? And then why don't you want D'Amico Ryans?
Randy? I do want D'Amico Ryans. I want anybody but Vance Joseph.
Anybody but Vance Joseph.
Which is looking like he's now the favorite.
Yeah.
At this juncture.
Just insane. Absolutely insane. If Michael Bidwell does that, I have no idea.
Cardinals doing Cardinal things.
You have a chance to start fresh, okay? You ripped off the Band-Aid.
He likes people he knows.
Well, that's not worked at all. It's not. You extended the bozo at GM that you knew. You extended the coach that was not a really good coach that you knew. Why don't you get somebody new? Know somebody else.
There's a lot of people, I think, that have only this to say to Michael Bidwell. Yes, sir. Great idea, sir. No, you're doing good, sir.
Well,
no, great idea, sir.
Michael Bidwell needs to hire a no man. Just a guy that's there to say
Bidwell
no.
needs to relax, look back, and look at the competitive teams. Look at the good teams. Look at the organizations that win championships. Not even ones that win 8 or 10 times in their existence. Just ones that, pick a few off here and there. Look at these successful franchises. What are they doing that you're not doing?
Winning. Big George says lottery winners have to disclose their personal information under state law. Moving up Premier League is tantamount to winning the lottery.
It is literally not, Big George.
It's really not life-changing at all like that. Pro Dog says, hey, I'm the White Tank Warriors. Happy to go to the Champions League. I trailed Ziggy by less than 6 in the finals with the Bengals kicker still to play. Alas, no points, but happy that Hamlin is okay. Pro Dog, you've been a pro about the whole thing, and you do deserve to be up in the Champions League. So nicely done. See, there's a guy who could whine and complain and give everybody a lot of grief, but no, he's been very cool about the whole thing. So thank you, Pro Dog. Hefty Lefty says Mushburger was so mad when he realized Purdy was a guy. He had all the jokes ready. Harry Soap says, wait, did Keon say that Bozo is the new GM for the Cardinals? That's a good hire right there. Bozo.
No, Bozo was the last GM for the Cardinals.
Harry Soap says, here's a new text or nickname available if anybody wants. Big George Premier League EKG. It seems like an awful lot of name for just doesn't make sense, Harry Soap.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks. You just really want EKG in there somewhere since I made that joke about what's her name? Lisa Presley. It was dark. We should probably forget about that, Harry. So, all right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got some football stuff to talk about before we do our Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em Picks. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. This is Matt Crowder live at the gas station on 41st Street reporting on those skyrocketing gas prices. Excuse me, miss. Are you buying less gas now because of the high prices?
Oh, I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Well, does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow. Oh, there you have it. it. Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Upside app and get real cash back every time you buy gas. This is Matt Crowder Radio News Network. Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LANE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LANE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LANE.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears radio show, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. I am here today to make the statement that just because we're in a bear market does not mean that you have to be losing money. Just like Michael Burry and Warren Buffett, bear markets should be where real generational wealth is created, but most will follow the same broken strategy that lost them in the last bear market. We are inviting you to come to an intensive 3-day trading and investing class where we will show you the trading and investing strategies of the market wizards. This class is typically $299, but right now, for 66% off, you can join us in this class. Just call 8448-TRADER. That's 8448-87-2337 and tell the operator you want the $99 3-day class, or text $99 to 25029. That's $99 to 25029.
Last year, the Niners upset the Cowboys 23-17 in the first round of the playoffs. Dak and the Cowboys looked to cool off a red-hot San Francisco team and move to a championship game for the first time since Troy, Emmett, and Michael roamed the sidelines in Big D. Cowboys at 49ers. The winner moves on. Sunday at 4 p.m. on your home for the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 57 live from Glendale. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. George is in a weird mood. He says, Randy, I must say, that's a nice sectional you have in your office there. Looks very comfy. You should do the show lying on the couch sometime.
Maybe I will, George. Maybe I will.
The couch is just way over there, and the dog uses that part right there. So, yeah, that looks like a very comfortable place.
Yeah, that's a producer's chair right there.
Mm-hmm. I don't see Randy ever doing that. Just lounging there and doing the show from there.
I have a very comfortable office chair.
Yeah. All right. So where were we? Yes. Let's talk some football stuff here before we start doing our picks. And remember yesterday we talked about how Cameron Jordan for the Saints, he got in trouble for faking an injury. An injury we all agreed he was faking it. He was totally faking it. We've all seen the video. He just, my ankle, and it goes down just because it's fortuitous to do so for the timing of people trying to get guys on and off the field. Well, he appealed and they said, nope, you're fine. And so now that means the Saints came in, they appealed and they said, okay, you're fine, no problem. And so, okay, they got away with it. I don't know how they got away with it. And part of the way that they got away with it was saying, well, here's a list of all his injuries. It is plausible. He does have a bum ankle. It is plausible that he actually did hurt right there. So for you to say that it was fake, how dare you, sir? How dare you? And the NFL just tucked their tail between their legs and said, okay, that's fine. And that's bullcrap because he was absolutely faking that injury. So now he's doubling down. He is mad. He's like, you know what? There should have been due process before they announced the fine. They announced they'd fine me $50,000, my team $500,000 in total before the appeal process or even investigating the situation. How dare they? Dude,
how dare they?
You know, maybe take about 25% off there with the indignant thought process. We all saw the video. You're hanging around, like, hey guys, what's going on? Who's like, looks over. boom, and falls down like a sack of potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And in a million years, you will never convince me that you just at that second realized, ow, you liar. You're a big fat Cam Jordan liar.
Look, I
don't think he's fat.
I get that he's lying, but they hit him with that fine. And if you're going to hit somebody with a fine that big, you probably should make sure your ducks are in a row. You know, that there isn't any loophole that can be used to make you look absolutely idiotic, which the league once again looks. You know, you if you're going to hit somebody with one of the biggest fines in the history of the game, make sure that there's nothing there that you can't, and definitely don't announce the fine before the appeals process, because you know there's an appeals process. It just seems silly.
So here's the other part. The Saints knew that this was going to look bad. And so here's what they said. Well, you know, he did go to the sideline immediately with that injury. Didn't he come back the next play, by the way?
I don't
Pretty
think
sure
so,
he came
no.
back the next play.
Because he went to the tent.
Oh, he went to the magical tent.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, he did go to the training facility every day that week to get that foot looked at. Well, isn't that exactly what you would do if you realized your acting was horrible, Cameron Jordan? We're going to have to play the long game now.
And this is my theory the whole time. It was already hurt. You don't have to fake the injury that hard in the NFL. Guys are already nicked up. There's shots here. There's, you know, whatever it takes to play the game. So all it takes is, look, here's a legitimate injury I already have and I'm playing through. So I'll just play it up. And there's nothing anybody can do to say it didn't happen. I mean, because it clearly was there.
It didn't happen.
I agree, but I'm saying he was playing off of an already existing thing. That's what I believe. And so the league can't prove it, which is again why it was stupid for them to go out there and announce the fine like they were doing something prior to actually finishing the process of carrying out the fine.
All right, so you're the NFL here and you're hearing this appeal, or whoever is. If there's somebody acting as an arbitrator there and I'm the NFL, all I'm going to do the entire time is play that clip over and over and over and with the audio. And so you can see, oh, there he is. Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. Oh, he notices a problem with, getting people on and off the field and the play clock. Oh, there he goes. You just let that play continually behind, yourself with the TV. And there's no way anything anybody says in that room should make a difference. You cheating bastards.
And all he has to say is, and it's going to seem unlikely and far-fetched, I noticed in that moment that I hurt myself. And you can't prove it. You have to be able to prove it if you're going to hit somebody with a fine like that. And they can't. They just can't.
Well, you can't prove the other way either. But you can't prove one or the other. You go with what you can see. And what you can see is a guy who suddenly looks over and goes, oh, crap.
What you can see
guilty
is would be in a court. That would be hearsay. You can't prove it. So
Hairspray.
So you don't issue the fine if you can't prove it.
Guilty. No, I mean, that's why you got to let me run stuff.
And that's
guilty.
the reason. That's the reason
See,
why
I thought I applied for the discipline czar yesterday.
Oh, that's right. Well, let Randy run stuff.
I want to be the NFL discipline czar.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video, Randy?
No.
Oh,
I don't need to. He's guilty.
Okay, good. Because I'll just tell you, he's guilty. So you just rule on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that they let Cam Jordan off for obviously faking an injury to benefit the team during the game. So they're like, oh yeah, sorry. Oh gosh, sorry. Cameron Jordan, sorry, Saints. Okay, sorry. And then so now they're a little bit butthurt. They're like, well, we gotta go after somebody. You sons of bitches kickers. How dare you take a blade of grass and put it on the field where it's a mark where a ball should be put when it's time to kick it? How dare you violate this very obscure rule that's never been enforced before and a lot of kickers didn't even know existed? How dare you? Yeah, they're going after the kickers now. They're cracking down. I guess the Cowboys, the Eagles, they were caught with they put a little something there in the field just so the guy who hike, boom, okay, it goes there. That's where he wants it. Kick the ball, boom, done.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in my entire life.
I don't care if they use a T marker. Who gives a crap?
Who comes up with these rules?
What is the advantage? What is the problem? Why can't you just put a little something there? And why does it matter? Why is this a rule? Somebody tell me why it's a rule. You can't mark the spot where you're going to put the ball.
I don't think anybody has any idea, as evidenced by the fact that this is an incredibly obscure rule.
It's a blade of mother bleeping grass. Guess what else is on that field? A whole lot of other grass. Why? Stupid. Why marking the spot?
What do you do on the AstroTurf fields, though? What do you do on the artificial turf?
You put a little, that stuff comes out. You can still, just like your pine needles on your Christmas tree.
But if you keep taking it out, then you're going to have a hole there eventually, right?
Well, it's not always the same spot, Randy. You're kicking from all sorts of places in the field.
No, I'm starting to see the validity in this obscure rule.
Oh, you're going to be a horrible czar if you keep this nonsense
I'm the best
up.
damn czar ever to walk the face of the planet.
I don't mind following the rules. I hope everybody does follow the rules. But in this one, this doesn't make sense. Here's how it goes. It's no article of any type may be placed in the field or used in any manner to assist a player in the execution of a field goal and or extra point attempt. Why?
But that's not assisting anybody. That's just showing where to place the ball.
Well, it does assist the guy who's holding the ball of where to put it for the kicker. But why? Why does that matter?
It adds no advantage whatsoever.
Somebody give me a guess. Let's just guess. I don't know because I don't have the answer.
I don't have a guess. What?
And if they all get to mark the spot, who cares?
Now, what if the placeholder guy comes out there?
Yeah.
All right, he gets down on one knee and then he goes into his waistband of his football pants and he comes out with one of those highly modified golf ball tees. And he puts that down and then now the ball has been lifted an inch off the turf, giving the kicker an advantage.
Well, that's not what we're talking about.
I know.
That's not even the same. That, of course, you'd say, all right, well, now you're getting stupid. But just marking the spot. So here's what I would do if I was that guy. You can't put something there. You know what I do? I would take my big knuckle like this, and I would just make a little divot where I want that thing.
No, then they'd have to put you in front of a firing squad.
Oh my God, it's in the rules. You're right.
Yep. See?
I had no idea. So the NFL is going to crack down on them kickers trying to mark where to put the ball, but you want to fake an injury? Yeah, you're good. Yeah,
well, they're not saying that he's good. He's good. The appeals process.
That's fine.
The appeals process left them with no leg to stand on. The NFL can't just unilaterally enforce things because the NFLPA exists.
They could if I was the czar.
Well, okay, yeah.
Show Randy the video. That's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, but they don't have a discipline.
If I'm the czar, then it's over. My ruling is final.
I understand that, but they do not currently have one, and so
not even that snowflake players union. I don't want to see no representatives. I'm the czar. Okay.
Yeah, the players, you are going to have to contend with the players union because if you czar,
I'm the czar.
I'm telling you, if you czar too much, you're not going to have players.
Make it so, number one. That's all I say.
I hear you.
Too hard.
I hear you. Like some people party too hard. If you czar too hard, wake up with a hangover.
Hi, Mr. Czar. The Players Association. I hang up. That's how the czar handles business.
Just when people strike and everybody's pointing at you, I don't want the heat to come back.
The czar will not allow any strikes.
How is that? How are you going to stop strikes?
Because Randy? I'm the czar. I said so. No strikes.
You said so, but then they strike anyway. Now
you have to follow what the czar says.
That's why there's a C and a Z. It's important.
Yeah,
that's not
you
how
don't
strikes
put C and Z together unless. Like there's some heavyweight authority here.
I'm just saying that's not how strikes work. The whole point of the strike is that you're not doing what the employer says. That's just putting that out there.
Put me in a room with the strikees or strikers.
Anybody surprised that millennial Keon doesn't get how this works?
Yeah. I get how it works. I'm telling you that
how it works.
Okay, strikes. They're not listening to you. That's how that works. I don't understand what that has to do with being a millennial.
I'll go to the nearest construction site and I'll bring in some new players.
There you go. Easy. Done.
Okay, you framers, you're playing for Philadelphia. You concrete guys, all right, you're Chicago. You iron workers, Pittsburgh. All right, here we go.
Well, that does make sense.
Let's lock them up. Here we go.
Guys who throw fish play for the Seahawks.
There you go.
That's all they ever show you. Whenever you see a Seahawks game, they cut away to that fish market. These guys are throwing these giant fish back and forth.
Yeah.
Can I just buy the damn fish?
Yeah, look,
throw it. I'm not. Just give me the damn fish.
Have you been there?
No, my wife has.
The fish market.
She's got an apron from there. Yeah.
There's a big mouth fish too that they have that talks.
Do they really? It's that big mouth bass, Billy. Is that what it is? We all had one of those, Ralph. I'm not impressed.
No, it's a real one.
No, he's not real.
No, he's real.
It's not real. So Brett Maher was on the Cowboys, and the Cowboys were one of the teams that the NFL is cracking down on. Brett Maher, you remember him? He missed like every single extra point ever, except for one at the end last week. That was just painful to watch, and well, maybe that was his problem. Couldn't mark his spot for the guy.
Couldn't mark his territory.
Could be. They, I guess he went to practice. And they said he was perfect in practice yesterday, 6 for 6. I think dude missed 4 or 5 extra points, and all his practice is 6 kicks. Let's try 60 kicks. I want to see him keep going over and over and over. I want his leg so damn tired. I want him in his head like completely shaken, where he just walks out and anything happens, he automatically kicks an extra point. Somebody puts a baby on the ground, that kid's going through the uprights. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure that he's off to the side practicing kicks. But when they say 6 for 6, they practice like a game type scenario. And then he comes in to kick just like he would in the scenario in the game.
Now I just
want him 6 of those.
I want to go home at night with him kicking extra points. I want to come back in the morning, him still kicking extra points, because that was just one of the most disastrous displays of kicking I think we've seen. And in a playoff game, you picked the worst time to get the yips.
Well, he couldn't mark his spot, so
maybe
it had to be what it was.
That could be it.
You know, these kickers, they're like pitchers, man. They have a routine, and you don't get into the routine of the pitcher, or you just ruin their entire life. You don't do that with kickers either.
It's like when a guy gets called for a balk after going through his motion. Then
if you call a balk on a pitcher, you might as well call a timeout. Send the damn trainer out there. Get the guy a cup of coffee or something. Let him calm down.
Is somebody else clicking on these texts on the text line? Because a bunch of them are just showing up as already read. So if anybody out there is trying to peek ahead, you better knock it off. That's all I'm saying. Because I missed some text earlier because they looked already read. So was it you, Keon?
No, I don't have it open.
Check your computer. Randy, is that you doing that?
My hands never left my shoulders.
Ralph's not good at computers, so
I don't have access to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, somebody better knock it off. Pippi Pippi No Stockings. Oh, Pippi. You know who Pippi is, right? Pippi No Stockings. That's I believe that's Ralph's wife. Says, Keon, you're such a great speaker, so articulate and full of sports knowledge. Do you ever cut loose through it though and go wild? You know, you're always the serious one.
That's an old text from last week.
Was it? Oh, here's her next text. By the way, what was the answer on that one?
No, I mean, I leave the fun and comedy up to everybody else.
What comedy? Here's today's. She says, do you guys have any advice for wives to handle mopey, teary-eyed men after their teams lose a big game? Because, I can't wait to hear the guys tear you to shreds on the radio. Didn't seem like it landed well when I said that to Ralph. Should I have gone with more compassionate response? No, you're absolutely 100% correct.
I think you were spot on there, Pippi. Yeah.
Papers are coming. There was a little shred. There was a little shredding earlier, but Ralph just seemed so just sad. It just didn't feel right to keep going.
I'm not sad.
You're very sad.
I'm not.
You're wearing some very sad logos on you.
I'm supporting my team.
That is a sad, weepy pigeon right there on your hat and your shirt. A little teardrop going down like this. Or Seattle. How's that, Pippi? It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. NFL divisional playoffs are here. Will there be an upset or two this weekend? We recap the games on Monday. Did ASU rebound against USC? And how did the UCLA-Arizona matchup turn out in Tucson? How did the Yotes weekend go? And the Suns are slowly getting players back. Did we see improvement? So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
One trip down Scottsdale Road, and it's obvious. Snowbird season is here. You know what else is on Scottsdale Road? The absolute best restaurant to take your out-of-town friends and family to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for great dining without a show? Well, Kasai offers an awesome selection of Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily till 6 p.m. and enjoy the outdoor dining on the heated patio. So whether you're here for the open, the big game, or just the great Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. Take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse for dinnertainment. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com. Or call 480-607-1114.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Totally forgot. Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Totally forgot. I got a couple of tickets for ASU Saturday at 8 p.m. and you get a parking pass. 2 tickets for the game and a parking pass to see USC versus ASU. Wow. Be listening for your chance to call in and win that here, and well, whenever I feel like it. But I totally forgot I had those. So
well, there you go.
Gold. Those are gold.
Yep, gold. I say gold. Big George wants to know why Ralph has a bunch of pictures of losers Seattle Seahawks players on his back wall there. You seal those? You seal that shoe from the top of the football on an Olympic track and field athlete or something?
No, that's Bobby Wagner's cleat, game used cleat that he signed for a friend that gave it to me.
Do you ever just walk over there and just put your face and breathe right in there and smell it?
I would never admit that. And of course, that's my Super Bowl championship team photo, Super Bowl, champion football ring. Stuff the Cardinals don't have. Ouch. The first Seahawk team ever over the other shoulder.
Yeah, it's in black and white there. Huh?
Yeah, 76.
The first Seahawk fan ever would be in color because that just happened recently. So,
damn.
It's just good quality stuff,
There you go, George. Airwings 22 says, hey, is there still a ban of using a snowblower before a field goal? Yes, I think that's still in effect. Is. Although they'll come out and clear the field with the snow. So no, I'm not talking about during the field goal. I'm saying like they'll take timeouts and clear some snow off.
The players
do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the big damn deal is. A, kickers are not real football players. B, so what if they mark a little spot on the field where they're going to kick or clear the field of some snow to make it easier? Who's going to complain? Who gives a crap? Nobody gives a crap.
Your 2 kickers are 2 of your most important players. Think about it. You got to have a good punter and a good field goal kicker, or you're going to struggle.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But they're not real football players. So give them all the advantages they need. Why make it a big deal? We're talking way too much about kickers. It ain't right.
I mean,
that's true. That's true.
Real football players are not. They're very important, which is Ralph's point.
Yeah. Kyle G says, you better fine Patricia for that pencil behind his ear. Retroactively get Peyton for yelling too loud. Oh, man, the fines for players stepping on the yard lines. Well, that's going to be huge.
I actually would fine Matt Patricia for that pencil behind his ear. You have a laminated sheet. You are not using a pencil. Stop being an idiot. Please, I'm begging you. It doesn't make any sense. It actually bothers me.
That is weird.
Have you ever scratched your ear canal with a pencil eraser?
No, that sounds horrible.
And there you go. That's why he's got it right there.
Just clean his ears out?
Yeah. I mean, when you get an itch in there and you jam that pencil eraser in there and you start working that itch, oh my God, it's heaven.
We've all done that.
Yeah.
everyone.
I've
With a
never
pencil
stuck
eraser?
a pencil eraser in my ear.
No,
Yeah, no,
I-
it's number
kid,
2
really?
lead pencil
All
eraser.
I know
Yeah.
what Q-tips
Oh, my
are, so
God.
I just use those.
So why have a Q-tip when you got a nice pencil on the, right over your ear there?
Q-tip was designed to go in your ear.
I got you all beat. I'll admit what I use. If I ever feel like I think there's something going on in there, I got a pair of tweezers. I don't stick the pointy end in. I stick the rounded end at the other end in and scoop out whatever the hell is in there. And sometimes I make a candle out of it.
Gross, but effective, I guess.
This is damn manly. I'm going in there with metal. Then sometimes I go too far and I'm like, ooh, that's mirror drum. I should probably leave that in there.
Well, they have those spiral Q-tips now. You can.
I know I want one of those. I see that one with the camera. You stick the camera in there and you can like scoop stuff out. Oh, that seems like a lot of fun to me.
I'm afraid what I'll see.
You're gonna find Legos or something. I don't know.
What? Spiral Q?
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, I got to get
They're
one.
no
of
longer
those.
Q-tips then.
They just
Whatever
go
they
in there
are.
and turn them, and it's like drinking for oil.
It's like crap from Whoville, Blissful Hayes says, how much will Kyler Murray get fined for faking his injury?
He's just faking. He's faking that he's a quarterback.
I think he fakes a lot of things.
Right.
Harry Soap says that New Orleans player did a Harbaugh lie right there when he pretended to be hurt. Random texter said, what would be more disheartening, losing the Super Bowl or losing your quarterback to free agency that got you the Super Bowl? I think that's aimed at me. And we didn't lose Peyton Manning. We gave him up because we didn't know how that neck surgery was going to go. And we got Andrew Luck.
Yeah, and while he was gone, you're in the number 1 overall pick. So,
how'd that work?
I feel like, Ryan Grigson, the GM, is the reason because he didn't put the O-line together in front of Andrew Luck. We'd still, I'd probably have 2 Super Bowls by now with Andrew Luck. He was amazing. You can't deny that. Andrew Luck was amazing.
I mean,
until they killed him.
He looked 40 out of college.
That's fine. I don't care what he looked like. The guy could ball out, and you know it. You know I'm right. Big George says, hey, did anyone see the chin balancer last night during the halftime there at the UCLA ASU thing there? Did he balance anything interesting? Did you see him on the TV or nothing?
Can I talk to Big George for just a second? Big George, come here. What the hell's going on today with you? You can talk to me. It's just me and the guys.
Big George is all over the place today.
Are you okay?
He's got still a newborn. I mean, but it's a 6-month-old kid, whatever. That child is keeping him up late.
Big George, are you okay? Is there something on your giant cranium mind?
Sleep deprivation is my guess.
Have you not had enough loving from the poppin' fresh oven yet?
Wow.
Huh?
I think he's just.
Are you lonely? What's going on, Big George?
REM activity, but under.
I mean, he's talking about my decor here in the studio at the compound. He's randomly asking questions about the Tim Dimple guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's throwing a big fit about the fantasy football. You see what I'm saying, guys? Big George.
Well,
is
I didn't even read this one. He says I might need some of that fire resistant underwear for myself because when I make love to my wife, the love and the passion is on fire.
Big George, are you okay today?
I'm agreeing with Randy. What?
What can I give you, Big George? From the Daily Blender. Here's some of the good stuff.
A damn night's sleep is what he needs.
Some of the good stuff for you. Because you're so gigantic. There's another one for you.
That might help him sleep.
Bob Shrisky says, hey, we give Ralph a lot of guff there, and it's well-deserved and everything. So, you show us this is cards country and everything, but I'm going to say this. I spent the second half of a football season stranded in Seattle years ago. The fans there adopted me as one of their own. When I arrived at a bar every Sunday morning, the locals would join me rooting on the Bears. So cool fans, at least.
If you want a great experience football-wise, go to Seattle. It's amazing. Passionate fans, very friendly, very knowledgeable. They like to party and have a good time.
Not one tan in the place.
Nope, not a single tan, but a lot of beer.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, that was very nice of Bob Shrisky to say there. I think that was nice of him. Watermelon says, interesting fact about Q-tips. They are not meant for your ear. If you read the package, it clearly states, do not insert this in your ear.
That's right.
Too late.
Yeah, nobody
I've got about 27 years worth of that.
And again, a number 2 lead pencil eraser. On one of the and you get the right.
You're just
you get
shoving
the
stuff
right
deeper in with that.
No, man, you get the right angle in there, and all of that. What do you that friction in there? Oh my God!
I don't want to smell
stuff
burning
starts
earwax.
shaking loose from all over the place, man.
I use a fishing hook before I'll use.
Yeah, and then
I agree.
You bang on the other side of your head, and it all falls out like a salt shaker. Yeah.
Oh.
Pinocchio says, "You just wait, Keon. Patricia's going to go John Wick with that pencil one day. You can only do so much with a pencil. So you get to kill one guy with a pencil.
Yeah, and have you seen
can't
Matt
kill
Patricia?
more than one guy with a pencil?
He's not exactly running
I think
anybody
he could
down.
kill more. I think you could do more damage with one pencil if you're John Wick.
If you're John Wick, but if you're Matt Patricia, are you even getting one guy? Like maybe
Heavy
somebody
Metal Maniac.
you caught off guard entirely, but that's the only person you're getting.
Heavy Metal Maniac says they have to clear the snow for the kickers. They don't want them breaking a leg or busting their behind. No, I don't know.
No,
I don't know I don't know what to think anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to think anymore. Baker's Cocky N says, use those erasers, guys. And Keon, stop giving the QT company credit for all the cotton swabs. You know, a lot of other people make those too, you know. They're called cotton swabs, not Q-tips. And they say right there in the box, don't stick that in your ear, man.
Too late. Been doing it. Probably will continue doing it. Well, actually, now that I've discovered these spiral things here, that might actually be the
Keon's going right to his nearest Kroger on the way home.
Oh, you
to
better
pick up
believe
some
it.
of those spiral jobs tonight.
In the 90s, I had a girlfriend that stuck this cone thing up to her ear, and she'd lay there, and then she'd light it, and she's like, "Do you want to try this?" I'm like, "Nope,
no, thank you.
Don't need my ear on fire." But now I'm thinking, I'm kind of curious what come out.
And also, look, they won the market. All right, every cotton swab is a Q-tip to me. Every photocopy machine is a Xerox. I'm not going to sit here and figure out which is which. Just that's what it is to me.
Big
They
George
won the
says,
market,
Randy,
that's what it is.
I am definitely sleep deprived. Been a busy week, and I've been up very late. But what isn't up all night? Who's not up? I'm just tired. Babies. Thank you for your concern, Randy. I could use a stiff drink right about now, though. Beer Nut says Dallas Cowboys are beating them whiners, he says.
You haven't been to an NFC title game in like 25 years. You want to get there first before you start talking the smack, or what?
You think they'll find their way?
Get back first.
You think they'll find their way to the stadium? I mean, after last year's catastrophic meltdown, as time is ticking off and Dak is fumbling the football all over the place, that giant center wouldn't get out of his way. Tick, 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 tick. Come on, guys, we can do one more. Meanwhile, Jimmy G grabs his helmet and starts strolling for the locker room because the game is over.
Yeah, that was a bad look.
Yeah, that was a very bad look. All I'm
By the
saying
way,
is just get there first before you start.
Jimmy G is working out, guys. Did you know that? Jimmy G's on the field.
I mean, I hope so.
Working out.
I hope
no, they said he's on the field and he's doing rehab work.
Good.
I don't know. There's no way he plays, but I'm just saying, getting closer.
Brock Purdy would have to completely implode for Jimmy G to play.
You want to hear the worst thing you're going to hear? You want to hear the worst thing you're going to hear? The incarcerated guy says, if you ever have chapped lips and you got no chapstick, earwax works great.
That is some of that prison ingenuity that, and I'm sorry to say this, incarcerated person, I don't need because I'm not in prison.
I read that in a survival book once. No, he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I've never tried it.
I'm not in a survival situation either. I'll be okay. I've got plenty of chapsticks. Oh God.
I'm pantomiming it, which the funny thing is, I still have my headphones on and it's still grossing people out.
Yeah, no, it's still pretty disgusting. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Put it on your teeth.
Yeah, that's like Coke. That tastes good too.
I guarantee you it doesn't.
Random texter says, not the best thing for earwax, but a standard paper clip right there. Unfold it, make it look like an elongated S. Those two ends are the bomb for removing the earwax.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, Kiss the Cook, I've done this one too. He says, best earwax removal, a large bobby pin. Bam, right there in the ear canal, couple turns, and you pulled out enough wax to polish your car.
That's a good Canuba.
How often do you guys clean your ears? Because
I probably need to do that more often.
Jeffrey doesn't clean his grill twice a year, so you would think he doesn't clean his ears twice a year.
That's a good point.
The ears get cleaned more than the grill. I will say this.
Well, good. They're attached to your head. They should be.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, I'm excited for the Cowboys, but even I know they struggled this year, and they may not win this game on Sunday, but boy, they'll sure try. Quiet Cannon says, does everybody keep a little earwax handy, in case you got the chap lips and no chapstick?
No.
I just pull over at a gas station and buy more chapstick.
I'll probably start
I live in
saving some
America
in the
and I
car.
can do that.
We
start doing this.
We have Harmon Stoller chapstick. I'll bring it.
Yeah, Harmon Solar chapstick for anyone. Just keep those nasty ass fingers out of your nasty ass ears.
Please stop.
Big George wants to know when incarcerated person's getting out. We got to have a drink. I'd be careful with that. George used to be a prosecutor. Just saying. All right, hour 3 is up next. It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name is Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Arizona offers thousands of helpful resources for service members, veterans, and their families. But navigating the system can be confusing and overwhelming. Call 866-4AZ-VETS to talk directly to caring people professionally trained to help you. Get connected to resources and benefits at no cost. Just call 866-4AZ-VETS now. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
A sapiosexual is the person who's attracted to intelligence. Do you choose brains over beauty? Like mind over muscle? Prefer Shakespeare?
To be or not to be?
To a puppeteer?
Hey, which one's the dummy?
So if you are sapiosexual and your current conversation is about to get, shall we say, intellectually stimulating, reach for Shakespeare Vodka, a thoughtfully engineered spirit with pure, smooth flavor that tastes like poetry in a bottle. Shakespeare Vodka, the taste of intelligence.
Mom's early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
And when I left the oven on, we decided together that it was time to see a doctor and make a plan.
Early detection gave us more time to seek out information and support as a family.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K256 Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. here very shortly. We're going to have our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks. It's only 4 games. It's just season gets sadder and sadder because the next time we do this, it'll be 2 games. And the next time we do this, it'll be 1 game. And the next time we do it, it'll be no games.
Yeah.
We're not doing the USFL. We're not doing the USFL.
Okay.
Not going to do XFL.
Don't forget, Jeffco. We're also giving away a couple of ASU USC basketball tickets plus a parking pass.
Yeah, I know that. Don't think I don't know that.
I was just trying to help you remember.
No, I wrote it down. It's right over here. So
All
right staring me in the eyeballs. So when I get to feeling like it, we'll go ahead and give that cue to call in and win. This one's gonna be a call in. Ain't gonna be a text thing. It's gonna be a call in thing. So be ready, everybody. Be ready. Not now, but be ready. 888-368-1580. Ralph, you're not eligible to win.
What?
Yeah, you're doing the show, so you kind of can't. No, put the phone away. You can't win. You can't win. What was I doing?
I've tried, Ralph. It's useless. He won't give me any prizes either.
So the question came up about incarcerated guy and when he gets out of the Gray Bar Hotel, and he says, I get out in August of 2024. Wow. If you get out, then you'll be in time to join us for that year's fantasy football draft party. Not this year, but the next year. He says, but I'm thinking of selling this phone because it's 5 years if I get caught with this thing. I text my girl on it all the time, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, man, that is a tough choice right there. But as you get closer to that finish line,
5 years.
We will miss you, but we'd rather not miss you for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? We'd rather just miss you for 1 year. I ain't gonna tell you what to do. It's your life, man. But I mean, I think everybody agrees.
Should be able to have a phone. I mean, why not?
And it's prison, Ralph.
So they have TV.
They have if they have pay phones, you can call collect. They should have text phones where like once a day you can walk over there and just send somebody a message.
If you're a rich guy, I guarantee you got a phone.
He's got a phone,
but he's not supposed to.
He's not supposed to have a phone. You try, and he gets 5 more years tagged on if they catch him with a cell phone in there.
That's BS.
I mean, you're already in a cell. What could adding a phone do?
I don't know.
Add 5 years to your sentence.
I mean, the rules. I didn't say they had to make work. That makes sense. Look at all these people who are in for ridiculous amounts of time for having a joint, and then now everything's getting legalized, but there's people still in there. So
stupid.
Not a whole lot of stuff has to make sense. But incarcerated guy, he knows the first rule is you can't beat the system. You can't really beat the system. I mean, he's beating the system a little bit, but man, if they find that thing. I just don't know that it's worth it, incarcerated guy. I just would feel bad if this stupid show was ever the reason that you got more time. I know it's not the reason because your girlfriend there trying to text her there, and I'm sure it's a window to the outside world. But man, you're so close to that finish line. You're so close, man. Big George says, hey, Jeffrey, an incarcerated person doesn't need to know them a former prosecutor. I don't need this guy hunting me down like Alec Baldwin's about to do to that prosecutor in New Mexico. Okay, George. Hefty Lefty says, wake me up when fantasy football starts again. Baby Hefty Lefty. And sends a picture of the baby Hefty Lefty. Oh, there's a baby. Wait, when was the baby born? The baby I thought was born a few weeks ago. That looks like almost a brand new baby. But oddly has Sean McVay's haircut. I'm not even kidding. It's a beautiful
full head of
baby.
hair on a baby. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
It really is. Looks like just like this kid is ready to. This kid is ready to start working at the bank as a bank teller. He's just like, here you go. Can I help you with that? He does. He looks almost like he's going to work in the financial world. So, like, congratulations.
Yeah, maybe the Cardinals should talk to him.
He can be the Cardinals head coach. Put him on the sideline there. Why not?
Better than Vance.
Some really skinny jeans. Congratulations. Watermelon says, I don't know how much you can get for a used phone in prison. I'm sure the smell factor would depreciate the value. Why are you assuming that his phone smells? Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I think incarcerated guys should slap you in the mouth for. Just because you're in prison don't mean you stink. Of course, before I yell at Watermelon, hey, incarcerated guy, do you stink?
I don't know if he's talking about whether or not an incarcerated guy stinks so much as where the phone might be hidden.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Watermelon, I take it back. Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't think it's fair to assume that everything in prison is hidden there. But
I guess it would really depend on the keystrip, wouldn't it? And I mean, I don't know.
Or your cell. There are like crevices in the cell. You can hide things and not just yourself.
Oh, Hefty said it's a girl. She's a girl, and she's 5 weeks today. Wow. Yeah, she is petite.
Congratulations.
Other babies would be like, man, I would kill for that figure. Quiet Cannon says, my question about the extra earwax, that was a rhetorical question. I don't do that. Sure. Dropping the Soap says, a good office tool to remove earwax, a letter opener. Dear God. My letter opener is a long, pointy, knifey thing. You stick the long, pointy, knifey thing in there?
I sure hope not.
Says the rigid edges really get that wax out of there. Rigid edges. So you have a serrated letter opener?
What? Wait. How do you still have ears? I think is the question I'm asking now. I'm
the only
very confused.
response that makes sense from Dropping the Soap right now is what? All right, so let's go ahead and get some information out of the way that may or may not affect our picks before we do our Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em picks. And have you guys all done your research? Have you all looked into everything? Or, you spent some time, done some due diligence? Huh?
No.
What the hell you been up to, Randy?
I'm going to live on the edge on this one.
It's only 4 games. You couldn't.
I'm living on the edge.
Living on the edge.
Yeah, Aerosmith.
Hefty Lefty says interns are great for clearing the earwax out. What? Hook'em Hottie says, wait, Big George was once a prosecutor? Well, I was a defensive lawyer. He puts them away, I get them off. Okay, Hook'em Hottie, I know I'm a gentleman. Gonna walk right away from that one.
Yeah.
But phrasing. So DeMar Hamlin, they say he's been hanging around quite a bit at the Bills facility. But here's the part of this that hit me about his lengthy recovery. Because, we don't know a whole lot of people who have had this happen. The impact, it's just the right second that stops the heart. Then they got to bring you back to life thing. So here's what they said. Despite being out of the hospital, DeMar still has a lengthy recovery. And they say DeMar still requires oxygen, and he's having his heart monitored regularly. He's visited with the team a few times, but he still gets winded very easily. He's upbeat and positive, and he's ready to overcome this. So right there, that's interesting. So he still just doesn't catch his breath very well. They have to keep a thing monitoring his heart to see. That's just a heck of a thing. You would think once they get your heart going again, I thought it would be kind of a quick recovery. I mean,
it's a combination of potentially your heart's not beating as strong as it was, and also your lungs were just inactive for about 10 minutes. So it's just going to take a little bit to get your body used to literally breathing again.
I thought he'd be like in training camp and ready to go by the next season start, but now that could be a longer process. So I guess I just don't have a full understanding of this. I know we've got doctors listening. If you can tell me why that is, what is it about the lungs? I thought they had an airbag on him, so that was moving the lungs, but I guess maybe the muscles or something. And then the heart, I mean, maybe that point there was something got damaged in the heart, because once parts of your heart get damaged, you can't fix it. So I would be interested to hear a little bit more about what he's going through there.
And before they had him on the machine breathing for him, though, he was out on the field, not breathing. So that's where I think a lot of the damage got done.
So Andy Reid, he's going for his 20th postseason win, and that's a lot. And Belichick is the only one who has more than that. Belichick, what does he have? Like 900. I think he has 900 wins in the postseason. Now,
it feels like it.
Reid is third with 19 right now. Tom Landry, he had 20. Belichick has 31. Still astounding, isn't it? Still astounding. 31. And we forget so quickly and easily. Without Tom Brady, Belichick would be nothing. No, not so true. Not so true. So Bill Belichick, he's at the top of the heap, but Andy Reid trying to tie it up with Landry for number 2, getting 20. And so that's cool. But that's not what's on Andy Reid's mind. Andy Reid, what's on his mind is the German games. They were the team. I guess the Chiefs are going to be playing in Germany next year. And then I saw, what do you think of this playing in Germany thing? And he's like, no, I look forward to getting a bratwurst.
That sounds like Andy Reid.
Yeah. And that's
You know,
the thing.
change
I
it up.
thought about it. It's like you can get bratwurst anywhere. You know, you get me a nice Johnsonville brat. Oh, the taste on that thing is so good. And I thought to myself, I don't know if I've had a German bratwurst. And then I thought, do I want a German bratwurst? Maybe it doesn't taste as good as the kind of brats I like. Have you guys had proper German bratwurst?
I've been to a what do you call it, Oktoberfest, but that was in Texas.
Yeah, that's not going to be German bratwurst.
I don't know if it's legitimate, but it was supposed to be an authentic German meat and bratwurst and stuff.
I think it is. There's a huge like German population in Texas for some reason.
Yeah.
And so, they celebrate Oktoberfest.
And it was
a lot.
They had the beer steins and everybody was in the lederhosen and all that business. And you bought the bratwurst from the
okay. So
little
how
German
different
thing.
was it than the regular brat?
Didn't taste different to me. Didn't taste different to me.
So it's the same. Oh,
I would say it's very similar. Now I noticed there was maybe a little different spicing, but it was not. It was not night and day difference.
What's really good is the authentic sauerkraut.
Ugh,
it's amazing. The
I
authentic
hate sauerkraut.
You've never had sauerkraut.
I've had sauerkraut. I hate it.
The real stuff from Germany.
Yes.
I love it.
My dad liked it, and oh my god,
so good.
I'm like,
I like the sauerkraut.
Mom, this has no color. What is this? Why do you want me to eat this with a hot dog or something?
Delicious.
Well, to each their own. But I guess Andy Reid, he's like, forget the football. I want to get me some brats. Fair enough. Before we get into our picks, the Commandos, they're interviewing some people for offensive coordinator, Keon.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get this guy, I mean, like, I'm kind of jealous because I think just to say this guy's name, Eric Studsville. Eric Studsville is interviewing to be the Commanders' offensive coordinator. The hell of a name. What's your name? My name is Studsville. Panties drop. Just on the name. Just another guy. Another guy too. Thomas Brown. Guess who's getting the job? It ain't Brown.
Poor Thomas Brown.
Studsville.
Thomas Brown could be a genius. We would have no idea. He's already lost.
Yeah, who gives a crap? You got Studsville. What more do you need, right? So last weekend, I don't know if you heard about this. Buffalo, after the game, this dude's driving home in his truck, and he's just like, it sounds like something's moving around back there in the truck bed. But he had a tonneau cover, right, so he couldn't see. So they pull up to the house, backs up, and it's like freezing cold, right? It's like snowing, and he gets out, and they hear like scuffle, scuffle, scuffle. He's like, oh crap, and he's like, is there somebody in the back of my truck? And he starts running his phone video, right? There's somebody in the back of my truck. Yeah. It's like, what the hell? You're like, are you okay? Yeah. And so they start peeling back thing. You're like, how the hell did you get in there? I don't know. This dude was drunk. So they were at the game, and some drunk tailgater just crawls into the back of the truck thinking, well, this would be a good place. And it's like, were you at the Bills game? Yes, sir. Did you get drunk or what? And he's like, I don't know.
Jeez.
They're lucky the guy didn't back up, just walk into the house. The dude would have been a frozen drunk guy. He'd have died back there if they hadn't heard him scuffling around back there.
Oh, man.
But that's a very Bills sort of story, isn't it? Let's see. Okay. Also, Hefty Lefty says he had bratwurst a few times when he was over there in Hamburg and down in Bavaria. The bratwursts are very similar. A very good thing is that's popular over there are the currywursts. Pretty much hot dogs with curry ketchup over the top.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd like that. Did anybody ever had a currywurst?
No.
Can't say that I have. I don't.
I am not sad that I probably can't buy them.
And I like curry. I've never had that before. I don't even think my brain cannot imagine that tasting good.
But there's nothing better than a Johnsonville brat. I'm serious.
I love those.
Anybody who's had German brats, you put that up next to a Johnsonville. You tell me which one's better. I'm pretty sure you're going to say Johnsonville. Pinocchio says in Germany, sauerkraut is simply called Detlef Shrimp. Wait, isn't that a player?
That's a guy.
Shrimp. Yeah.
Detlef Shrimp.
NBA guy. Sonics.
I don't think his name is Sauerkraut. Screaming Eagle says, I'm a doctor. Regarding Hamblin, there is a fancy medical term called ARDS, basically a type of lung inflammation, sometimes difficult to recover from, but he's young enough and he should eventually do fine. So how long does it take for him to recover from that fully if he's going to recover as a young guy? Are you looking at 6 months? Are you looking for an entire year? I'm not trying to rush this guy back out on the field. He's lucky to be alive, but I know that's going to be important to him. You know what I mean? And then a lot of time these kids, these athletes, they're made out of rubber and they end up exceeding the expectations. Well, I tell you what, this bratwurst conversation has spurred more texts than I expected. Swazman says, I lived in Garmisch, Germany, home of the first Winter Olympics, hosted by the old Hitler, Hitler of the douchebags. And he said German and Polish sausage were always European favorites. Well, yeah. I mean, I've had Polish sausage. That's not the same as a bratwurst. I'm just wondering if German bratwurst and bratwurst are kind of the same. Beer Bob says, Jeffrey, are you saying you love a good old Johnson in your mouth? You're goddamn right, I do. Fighting Wampa says, I bet Ayesha Curry said, okay, I'm not going to read that. Big George says, the drunk guy found at the back of the pickup truck sounds like a young Randy White. I bet Randy's had some moments like that back in his day.
I can't remember, and I probably shouldn't say if I did.
It's probably wise. After Lefty says, I read that one. Wiz says, South Central Texas is as German as it gets. Oh, great. A place where we can arm the Germans again. Fantastic. All right, enough of this nonsense. When we come back, by God, we're going to do it. We are going to go ahead and do our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks and stuff. And maybe even give away some ASU tickets for Saturday. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brian Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The latest lines in the NFL playoffs on Saturday. Kansas City, a 9.5-point favorite over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Kansas City minus 500. Jacksonville plus 395. Philadelphia, 7.5 favorite over the New York Giants. The Eagles minus 350. The Giants are plus 280. Sunday, AFC matchup in Buffalo. Bills taking on Cincinnati. The Bills, a 5.5-point favorite, minus 250, while the Bengals are plus 210. Sunday night, San Francisco, a 4-point home favorite against Dallas. The Niners minus 205, Cowboys plus 175. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
There's no doubt that Harmon Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the free freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment. Look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
The season comes down to this: win and move on.
We gotta go.
Burrow and the Bengals hope to make a repeat performance in the Super Bowl, this time with a championship.
Let's go!
They'll have to get past a stubborn Buffalo Bills team looking to score a berth in the championship for the first time in 30 years. Bengals at Bills this Sunday at 12:30 on your home for the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 57. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Danny Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And now there's a German text here for us. It says, we do not have the need for guns these days. Our ferociousness is channeled into cheering for our nation's basketball team. Just we love to watch our sports hero duck, not to ski, play the hoop in the nasty dunk. Thank you, Hefty Lefty.
Wow.
Swave Dave says, I'm home early. Pour me anything. Very happy to play in the Premier League next year. Surprise attack dogs. You mentioned what happens at 4 o'clock earlier. It's quitting time for me, and I can listen to Blender on my hour plus commute. So thanks for subduing my potential road rage. You really surprised that this show subdues road rage? I mean, I would have maybe thought the other side.
I mean, one of the characteristics is that we induce road rage.
Yeah, I kind of figured that, but hey, whatever works for you, Dave, whatever works. Thanks a lot, buddy. 888-368-1580. It is time now to do our Harman Solar NFL fan pick'em picks. And remember, if you're playing for the money, you got to keep going because the picks go all the way through the Super Bowl. So, all right, let's see here. I am so far ahead of all of you. It's not even a contest. None of you guys can beat me. So let's just do this for fun.
Okay.
Just as humble as can be, that Jeffrey.
I honestly don't know if that's true. I actually do have to look that up.
It's probably true.
So the first game up, Kansas City Chiefs at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tracy Lawrence and her friends there in Jaguar land had a hell of a game last week, but I don't know if you can trust that. It's the Kansas City friggin' Chiefs at home. And oh yeah, by the way, Trevor Lawrence went on and he's like, the stadium we were playing in last week was pretty loud. I don't think it's gonna be any different going into the Chiefs Arrowhead Stadium. Should be fine.
Yeah.
Well, that was a huge mistake.
Second-year quarterback mistake. He's going to learn a very valuable lesson this weekend.
He's going to be shoving that hair of his into his ears, just trying to get some sort of relief. He ain't going to hear nothing for about 3 straight hours. Well, we got to make a pick on this one. I feel like it's going to be a fairly obvious run, but Andy Reid looking for playoff win number 20, Randy. What do you got? What do you got?
Well,
you got Jacksonville? You got Jacksonville?
Well, no. I mean, I think this has been a magical run for Jacksonville. Listen, they started off something like 1-6, and then they got this thing turned around, and they ended up in the divisional round of the playoffs, having gone through the Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, who would have thunk that at the beginning of the season? Not me. But I think their magical run comes to an end this week. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and crew have had a week off, and I generally believe anytime Andy Reid's got some time on his hands, not only are the cheeseburgers in town at risk, but some creativity and some different looks when they come out of the gate. I expect Kansas City to win this game pretty easily.
After they did that little run around in a circle, then run out into a position play, they did that last game.
Yeah.
My prediction is they're going to do something similar, and then it'll be Rockettes. They'll do kick,
Okay.
Fossey, boom,
Yeah.
right into position.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I know Ralph loves him some Broadway musical references, so I'm sure. Is the Jacksonville Jaguars show going to close on Sunday, or do they keep it open and go on to the next level over the Chiefs?
I think it's been a really great show. I give them a lot of credit for what they did last week and what they've done the last 10 weeks. But Mahomes has never lost in this divisional round in his career, and he's not going to lose this week either. I think this is going to be really ugly. I don't think it's going to even be close. I think they're going to get blown out. It's going to be a lot of the first halves of last week. It's not going to be a good day for Jacksonville. They're going to hit the Waffle House early.
Keon, Trevor Lawrence has never lost on a Saturday, ever.
Well, after the Kansas City Chiefs show up and do a little Charleston, he's about to lose for the first time on a Saturday. It's coming. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, though, because the Chiefs have a very bad defense. Like, it's terrible. I cannot understate how bad that secondary is. However, how many shootouts does Patrick Mahomes really lose? He doesn't. I mean, defense could be great. Patrick Mahomes is fine. Defense is bad. Patrick Mahomes seems to be fine. Last year, they had a shootout against the Bills. Seemed to work out pretty well for Pat Mahomes then. And I think that Bills team was better than this Jags team. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah. I think the Kansas City Chiefs will score more than the Jacksonville Jaguars, thus ensuring their win.
Thanks, Magic.
Wow. You can quote me on that one. A lot of people are making a lot of hay about the New York Giants, football, playing really great last week. Oh, Daniel Jones, he looks like the real deal, man. He's going to make him pay through the nose this year. Oh, I heard all these things, singing the praises of these New York Giants. They look like they're on this has been a great season for them. Boy, we didn't expect this season to be so good. And now here we are. We're in the playoffs in the divisional round. Oh my God. You better look out. Eagles, where Jalen Hurts was just recently hurt. They're making a big deal out of this. Do the Giants really have a chance in hell of beating these Eagles, Ralph?
I think it could be a really good game. Hurts is coming back and he's healthy, and I think that's great. And the Eagles haven't given us a reason to think that they're not going to play a good game. They've been great all year. 2 home wins and you're in the Super Bowl. This is what you played for. I think they win this game. Giants, admirable season. You beat a bad Vikings team last week. I think this is going to be a lot like their first meeting where they really got hammered. So, I'm taking the Eagles.
All right, Keon, you giving the Giants any kind of a chance, or is it all Eagles?
I mean, I'm giving the Giants a little bit of a chance. This being, again, another one of those divisional matchups that you have for the third time. Just stuff gets really wonky with all of that. But, we focus a lot on Jalen Hurts and his health. The real health that I think is important is the middle of that defensive line for Philadelphia with Fletcher Cox and Linval Joseph. Those guys are healthy. And that means that the move that they did last week, where they just used Saquon Barkley as a sledgehammer, is not really going to work. Run defense for Philly is really, really good. And again, if I have to rely on Daniel Jones with the receivers that he has this year, they're not good. If I have to rely on that on a week-to-week basis in the playoffs to win games, I don't trust it. I trust the offense of what Philadelphia has been doing all year. It's been good. It's been effective. I don't know that Jalen Hurts is 100%, but I don't think he has to be 100%. They run the hell out of the ball. They're very effective at it, and they're great at stopping the run, which is the biggest strength that the Giants have. I'm taking Philly all the way.
Randy, the Eagles are a bird team, much like your Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
And the Giants, I don't know. They're not a bird team. How does this play into your pick this week?
They could be the giant condor. They could be a bird team.
Well, they're just the Giants.
New York Giant Condor.
But it's not who they are. They're the New York Giant
it
football
could be.
team.
Often referred to as the
I could see it
G-men,
happening.
So probably not. Not the Condors.
Listen, I've had a hard time with this. I've been telling you guys all week that I've had a hard time with this with Eagles team, and let me just give you a real quick reason why. Let's go back to the first game of the season for just a second. The Eagles were in Detroit playing the Lions. They got out of there by 3 points, 38-35. Oh, Randy, that was so long ago. Okay,
Randy, that was so long ago.
Let's go to October. They came to Arizona. They snuck out of here with a 3-point win. Oh, Randy, that was October.
Randy, that was October.
Tell me something I don't know. Okay, November. Commanders 32, Eagles 21. You see where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
The very next week, Eagles 17, Colts 16. Eagles 25, Bears 20. Cowboys 40, Eagles 34. Merry damn Christmas, Eagles. I think this Eagle team is able to be gotten. Now they've had a week off.
They've only been gotten 3 times.
But they've been gotten.
And they let teams hang around. That's why I give the Giants a little bit of
exactly what I was. Thanks for stealing my thunder, Keon.
I was okay. My bad. I was adding to your point, I thought. Sorry about that.
Stay in your lane. I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles, but
apologies.
But I have to tell you, it wouldn't surprise me if the New York Giants pull an upset here. And I'm looking for an upset, but I have to go with the Eagles in this one because they've had a week off, and it makes the most sense.
Everybody has picked the Eagles, right?
Yes.
Ralph, you talked. Keon, you talked over everybody. Randy, you just talked. So it's unanimous. I'm picking the Eagles. Going to pick the Eagles. I even let Keon go first.
I didn't talk over anybody.
Jumping on everybody else.
Ran all over my thunder there.
Oh my God.
Just thought I was helping add to your point.
Holy cow.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Making his point.
I apologize.
Boy.
So everybody talked? Okay, we'll just do. All right, next game up, the Buffalo Bills at home against the Bengals of Cincinnati. Okay? Bengals of Cincinnati. All right? And so because poor Randy was rudely interrupted, I'm going to let him go first on this one. So Buffalo Bills, they have a 14-3 record. The Cincinnati Bengals have a 13-4 record. The Cincinnati Bengals have orange in their uniforms. The Bills do not. Randy, tell us all how this makes perfect sense.
Well, the orange, because on the field of play, the orange sometimes stands out and blinds the other team wearing the blue. It's scientific fact.
It's very well known. Yeah,
the orange blinds the players wearing the blue, and so this could be very troublesome. This is another game I'm having a difficult time. Returning to the Super Bowl is a very difficult thing to do, but they've got Joe Cool in there. However, they've got some key injuries, and quite honestly, last week they didn't show me a whole lot with their offense. I'm going to take Buffalo. I've been on Buffalo since day one. I'm taking Buffalo to win this game. But damn, Cincinnati could squeak it out.
Yeah, I'm going to go next here because we're going to make Keon go last because he was interrupting.
Well, yeah, absolutely right.
I said I was sorry.
Buffalo and Josh Allen, I feel like, we're looking at them like they are this juggernaut. But we keep forgetting about how Cincinnati, what a dynamic team that is. And they do well on both sides of the ball. Joe Burrow, he's consistent, playing well. Jamar Chase is out there. Jamar Chase declares himself the best wide receiver in football. That's an argument for another time, I guess. But Buffalo at home, man, that Bills Mafia. I feel like that's going to be a very big difference maker. The weather doesn't bother Cincinnati, doesn't bother Buffalo. But something is itchy down in my shorts.
Uh-oh.
Going to take the Bengals to beat the Bills. I have no good reason to do this. I have zero good reason to do this. I feel like, this is a tough game and this is probably going to be the best game, I believe, of the entire weekend.
Well, you've got science on your side. The orange blanking out the blue wearing players' eyesight. I mean, it's science.
So Buffalo is a lot of guys who are blue collar workers, and so they probably see the orange and think, "Oh, construction cone." And they're going to
Yeah.
They're going to be trying not to get fined because those fines are double in construction zones.
Yeah.
That's where the orange helps.
Show you care, be aware. Yeah.
That's all
Whenever
I'm
you see the
saying.
orange, safety.
All right, Ralph, maybe you can make a better sense of this. Buffalo at home versus the Bengals. Both teams doing great. Both teams seem like they have momentum.
See,
who do you pick?
I think both teams underperformed last week. I mean, they didn't look as good as I thought they would. I've been on Buffalo since the beginning of the season. I've been saying they'll be in the Super Bowl. There's just one stat that just kills me. It's the points allowed per game. Buffalo's given up 31 points per game. Cincinnati's 17. It just concerns me the way Josh Allen is throwing some passes he probably shouldn't throw, being a little loose with the ball. It scares me because I think against this team, if he does that, it's going to cost him the game. He's got to be perfect. He's going to have to play his best game of the year.
Yep.
They are at home. They need to put it together. I'm going to pick Buffalo because I've been on them all year. But like you, I got something itchy going on. I don't know if it's crabs or different.
Oh, Pippi, you need to wash his unders.
But I can see the Bengals winning this game, and I can see the Bengals moving on. So, but I'm going to stick with Buffalo because that's what I've done all season.
Fair enough. Good enough reason. He's been oddly quiet. Keon, in the matter of Buffalo Bills versus Cincinnati Bengals, who do you have?
Yeah, I feel like the obvious pick is the Bills, but I'm not trusting it either.
You have itchy things in your underwear too?
I don't. Not actually. No, I just think that when I look at Josh Allen, his Achilles heel all season long, and it's the thing that's been scaring me. I said it all season long, and I'll continue to say it. The interceptions, the turnovers, you can't have those and go to a Super Bowl at the level that he's doing it. You just can't. And when you're going up against a team like the Bengals with an offense that absolutely will punish you for turning over the football, with a defense that can capitalize on it too, I think that this is the game where the interceptions and the fumbles catch up to Josh Allen. That's it. I mean, last week he throws 2 more interceptions, in a game that he didn't need to throw those 2 picks, and he's got the gunslinger mentality. I really don't think you can take that away from Josh Allen. But when you go up against a team that is playing like the Bengals are playing, where defense is playing really sound, where they can run the football, where they've got multiple targets on their offense, if you turn the football over, they're cashing it in for 6. That's the way that I see it. That's the way that they've been doing it all year long. And I think that Josh Allen and the recklessness, I think this is the game where it finally gets him.
Cross guy says, what does Keon think this is? NFL dance party or something? Jeez. All right. We've now run out of time. We've only done 3 picks. I thought we could get this done in one segment. I thought we could get 4 games.
Well,
in one
if
segment.
Keon would quit jumping on top of when I'm trying to talk.
I didn't want to pull. I don't name names.
I just said I was sorry like 5 times. I don't understand, guys.
That doesn't unring the bell, Keon. It doesn't unring the bell.
Well, okay, but pointing it out doesn't. I can't change the past.
You'll never learn unless we point it out to you, Keon.
I apologize
over and over and over and beat you mercilessly.
Well, obviously, apparently that's the strategy. So
that's how this works here. When we come back, we'll go ahead and determine who the winner is between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name is Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Homeowners age 62 and older, now it's time to act. This is Rob Kane, your retirement mortgage specialist and host of the Retire Right with Reverse Rob show on 1510 KFNN. Yes, listing prices are down, but home values still remain at very high levels. Don't wait to learn more about the new and improved home equity conversion mortgage. This is a safe and proven coordinated strategy in retirement, which will improve your monthly cash flow, lower your tax liabilities, and make your retirement portfolio last longer. Call me today, Reverse Rob at 602-REVERSE or on the web at www.reverserob.com.
Remember when you could go to the doctor and actually leave feeling better? Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Katz. The problem with our healthcare system is the focus on the system and not on your healthcare. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum healthcare using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men and women's health. We help people find relief when other doctors have failed. Our naturopathic doctors can restore your pain-free life using cutting-edge regenerative treatments. We can also help restore balance to your immune, digestive, and hormonal systems. Addressing your cause can also improve both mental and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working for you, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call us. We're the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, Arizona at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161 or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Your home for sports.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
David Glender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Got your divisional playoffs this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And we have done our picks already, and now we are down to one game left. It's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the San Francisco 49ers. This is happening in Santa Clara. Whatever happened to Candlestick Park? Whatever happened to that place? Did they bulldoze it?
No, I think it's still around, but
it's underwater.
Yeah, well, I thought most of California would be by now, but whatever. All right. So Brock Purdy has amazed everybody. He's won his last 6 games in a row, which also happened to be his first 6 games in a row. He was a third-string quarterback. Now he is the savior of the Niner Nation. Over here for the Dallas Cowboys, Pick-O-Matic Dak Prescott seemed to keep himself under control and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then again, you are beating the elderly. And that was a team that just was not up to any task last week. So I don't know what you really have in Dallas. I don't know really what you have in a playoff form for San Francisco. But I do know this. Keon Rose is going to go first. He's going to go first, and I'll tell you why here in just a moment. But Keon Rose, is this a hard one, or is this as easy as it should be? Because, I'll tell you right now, I'm thinking it's easy.
I'm thinking it's pretty easy too. I'm going Niners. I think that Dallas had a lot of help, I guess I could say, from Tampa Bay in terms of a couple of things that they didn't do. They didn't push the ball downfield, didn't really test that Dallas secondary at all, and they didn't get after Dak. Dak had all the time in the world to stand back there and throw. So 4 touchdowns, no interceptions winds up being the result for him, because Dak, as much as he is maligned for a lot of things, if you give him time to throw, he is as good as anybody in this league. And I just don't think the Niners are going to do that. I think they're going to get after him. I think Nick Bosa is going to have a lot to say about that. That secondary in San Francisco, also insanely good. And then offensively, they don't need Brock Purdy to be a superhero. He can push the ball downfield when the opportunities are there. But if it's not, there's McCaffrey. There's Deebo Samuel to help you in the short game. And then you can do a lot of the intermediary stuff because, look, I mean, they've got an embarrassment of riches, no shortage of wide receivers. I'm going San Francisco, and I think that's about as clear a lock to me as there is this week.
All right, so the reason I had Keon go first was 2 reasons. One, now that he's done his part, he can answer the phone. Caller number 7 right now, 888-368-1580, can win a pair of tickets to see the USC at ASU game at 8 p.m. on Saturday. Plus, you get a parking pass. That is worth its weight in gold right there. So caller number 7, 888-368-1580. And the other reason is because now he's just having to answer phones. He can't interrupt us. All right, Randy. So maybe we better get your pick in quick before he gets back here.
Well,
who do you got?
I agree in majority with what Keon says, and also I don't trust the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think that I think they had a game against a team that was beat up last week against a guy, Tom Brady, that had a bad game. He didn't have his offensive line. I'll stand by that. I think this week you're going to see a whole different defense. You're going to see an offense that's dynamic and electrifying. And like Keon said, they've got just too many weapons. Your Dallas defense has been pretty good all season long. They did disappear for a while, okay? And that kind of bothers me about Dallas too. And I'm still not 100% on Dak Prescott. I'm sorry. Good guy, love him. Nothing against him. Just not he's an overrated NFL quarterback in my opinion, and that's why I think that the San Francisco 49ers will win this game.
All right, I'll take a turn. I have said this all along. The Minnesota Vikings are frauds in the same way Dallas are frauds. There's so many similarities between the deficits of these teams, the bad luck of these teams, the silliness of these teams. They won a lot of games. They had some easier schedules, but I just don't see Dallas getting past this point on the San Francisco 49ers. I don't think it is at all possible. And like you, I like Dak just fine. And, nothing personal, but with a defense like San Francisco's, Dallas is going to get back to its interception throwing ways. And this should go pretty easily for the 49ers, except for the defense of Dallas. Micah Parsons is going to shake and hopefully not break Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is going to have, I think, a rough start to the game. But after he settles in and they figure out how to counter that attack, the 49ers will win this one, I think, fairly soundly. Ralph, what do you think?
So I'm going to look back at last week in San Francisco and Brock Purdy against Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the first,
remember when you guys lost that game, 41 to whatever?
I do. But if you look at the first 3 quarters of that game, Seattle rattled Brock Purdy. He was out of sorts. He had pressure on him. He made a lot of bad throws, and Seattle was winning that game. And what were they able to do besides get to Brock Purdy? They were able to run the ball, and it made all the difference in the world. So I look at this Dallas defense, 14 points a game. That's all they've given up all year. They're going to be all over Brock Purdy. I agree with you on Micah Parsons. They were able to do it to Tom Brady, and I said last week if they could, they would win that game. If they can put pressure on Brock Purdy, get him out of sorts, and see what I saw with him last week in the first 3 quarters, they can win this game. I am going to go Dallas.
What?
I think Dallas saw how you beat San Francisco by watching the first half of the game. If they can do what Seattle did, and I think they can do it a lot better because their defense is a lot better, they win this game. I do agree with Keon. I think they'll get on Dak, but I think Dak can move and make some things happen. And I think Dallas will be able to run all over this defense. I'm going Dallas.
Wow. That's right there. I'm so far ahead of you in the picks contest. It doesn't matter, but it's still, that's a brave pick. My God.
That's what I saw last week. They didn't kill Seattle. It was 1 quarter after turnovers. Take that quarter away.
Oh, wow. Now this is going to be even more interesting now. Keon, who's the winner of the ASU tickets?
Yeah, Mark called in and got the tickets there. So
Mark?
He texts. He said he's texted into the show before, but doesn't have a texter nickname. So
tell him to get on that, man.
Yeah, come on, Mark, get it together. But no, really, he won the tickets. He got the parking pass too, so he's excited about it.
Congratulations, Mark, whoever the hell you are. Well, I guess I know your real name. I guess that's who you are. So, but it wouldn't kill you to get yourself a damn text or nickname. So there we are. Those are our picks, and that is the end of that. And so We'll. I feel like we should have some money on this Dallas 49ers game, Ralph, or some sort of something, because I'm just so astounded by that pick right there.
You give Dallas no chance.
Kind of want to. I don't say no chance. Brock Purdy is the main thing. That's the main thing. Brock Purdy, if they can get to him and rattle him, although, boy, man, he has so much poise, doesn't he?
He did in the first half last week.
Well,
Did you
it
watch
wasn't
the
just him. It was also them trying to figure out how to protect him better. They were having to make adjustments. But I didn't see him as like, completely rattled. I think they got to him a little bit, but he stood in there and he kept on going. I don't think he was as rattled, but I think the 49ers O-line and the scheme and how they were supposed to protect him, it took him a minute to figure that out.
I mean, Seattle forced him to move around. Seattle's mistake was they didn't cover McCaffrey and a couple other guys when he moved. I don't see Dallas doing that. I mean, Seattle struggles with that. They got to him. He didn't look great, and they were able to run on these guys. And I think Dallas will be able to run on them. And I think Dak can move around and do some damage.
Well, for as much as they'll run, Dak will throw interceptions. And I think that'll wipe out the running game. Then they're playing from behind, and they won't be able to run as much, and then Dak will throw more interceptions. That's kind of the way it happened last time, right?
It's possible.
Beer Nut says, hey, I want in on some of this Dallas action. I'm telling you, though, Dallas will win this game. Dak will throw about 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, 28-17 Cowboys on to the NFC Championship for the first time in 20 years, says Beer Nuts. Wow, I thought he was going the other way with that.
I thought it was 30 years.
Yeah, and I don't see Dak having that kind of game. I think the rushing part of the game is where you're going to see the big numbers.
Kiss the Cooks in a picture. They can drive down the freeway. Playoffs had arrows going that way, and then there's that Seahawks exit here.
Wow.
Oh boy.
At least we were on the freeway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
True. Very true.
Mark the Shark. Mark the Shark. How about that for a texture nickname? Mark the Shark. That's pretty good. I do like that. Fighting Wampa says San Francisco's defense is not allowed a runner to have more than 75 yards in 26 straight games, Ralph.
Okay.
It's hard to run on them.
Says, wow, Ralph is the only one I don't want to say suck it to now. You're a Dallas Cowboys fan, and even you admit this is not going to go well for you. Heavy Metal Maniac says Brock Purdy is going to have his worst game of his young NFL career.
You know, everybody keeps saying that. And each week it seems like the kid just gets stronger and stronger. I don't know if he's some sort of mutant or what, but he seems to go out there and just show that he's up to the task each week.
I'm guessing he's Mormon. I don't think he's mutant. King of Kittens says, good weekend, gentlemen. Suck it, Ralph. Boogie says, Randy, you are scientifically right. Ralph, it's definitely craps. Burn everything below your waist. You have crabs. Keon, since he is missing most of their offensive line, they're not winning. And Jeffrey, hey, man, what's up?
They didn't have an offensive line last year. They went right to the damn Super Bowl. I just don't think that that's the problem for them. So they've been missing an offensive line. It doesn't seem to have mattered.
Ralph, you have crabs?
When did that happen?
Beer Bob says Trevor Lawrence might have to do the Princess Leia circle bun over his ears with the hair so he doesn't have to hear all them fans this weekend.
That's a good point.
Number one Rattlers fan says, name 6 characters in the TV show Hogan's Heroes. The hell, dude? Are you even listening to this show right now?
Well, there's Hogan, Colonel Clink,
Hogan, LeDoux, Schultz, Clink, Colonel Burkharder, Schultze. Well, I already said Schultze. And then there's Dietrich. There you go. Bam. How you like them apples?
Dietrich von Bonhoeffer.
And they're all dead.
They're all dead. Every single one.
The last one just died.
Yeah.
The little
Which one?
the little French guy.
Oh, yeah, LeBeau.
LeBeau. He just passed away about a month ago.
Yeah, he had it coming. All right. Heavy Metal Manic says, hey, why no Suns talk today? Yeah, we did. We talked Suns earlier.
Yeah, we started the show with it.
That was enough.
And he says, why don't you read my text message about the Suns? Didn't see it. Scroll. I did about Matasheba. I did. I read that like right off the front, man.
Look, you're not going to hear your texts if you're not listening.
You guys remember me reading that where you talked about Matasheba being down there?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, I read the whole thing. I promise you, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if we have time, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1970, Cincinnati Royals guard Tom Van Arsdale and Phoenix Suns guard Dick Van Arsdale became the first brothers to play in the same NBA All-Star game. At one time, both Tom and Dick played for the Phoenix Suns as teammates. Tom Van Arsdale still holds the NBA record for most career games played without a playoff experience. He played 929 games and did not make one single playoff game. Man. Tom, Dick, if there's not a Harry Van Arsdale somewhere, something is horribly wrong with you.
I was thinking the same thing.
Exactly.
Your third brother, Harry, didn't play basketball.
My goodness. Yeah. I only ever really knew about Dick Van Arsdale when he was working for the Suns back when Randy and I were doing the morning show. And Dick Van Arsdale gave me a tryout for the Suns. Actually, because he had heard about how good I was on my church basketball team. Yeah.
Well, he didn't actually get in the building.
There was a mix-up. He told us on the air I should come down and try out. I showed up the time he gave. Maybe I was at the wrong exit. Security wouldn't let me in. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, a lot of those guys might have been confused. I didn't hold it against them.
No reason to.
The pastor of the church, the coach, he held it against me when he heard I was trying to get traded because I wanted to play more minutes.
Oh, yeah.
He made me play every minute of the next game. Every minute. No breaks. The entire time. I learned my lesson. After that, I was like, I'm not calling Dick Van Arsdale anymore. See what it got me? Yep. Yeah, absolutely damn nothing right there.
Wow.
Dropping the soap says, I feel bad for the kid. Oh, he says, I went to school with a guy named Dick Chu. I don't believe you.
Poor kid. Wow.
King Kitten says, I'm always sad when I text in and I miss your responses on the air. Yeah, sorry, man. But you have to go back and listen to the podcast if you think you missed something. Heavy Metal Maniac says, oh, sorry about that. Must have missed it. And the rest of you guys, I can't read all the texts. And this is the end of the week. And I'll see you guys next week. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Go 49.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated